sometimes I try to do things and it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. And I get real frustrated. They're like, I try hard to do it and I take my time, but it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. It's like I concentrate on real hard, but it just doesn't work out. And everything I do and everything I try, it never turns out. It's like I need time to figure these things out. There's always someone there going, hey Mike, we've been noticing you've been having a lot of problems lately, you should maybe get away and maybe you should talk about it, you'll feel a lot better. And I go, no, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Just leave me alone, I'll figure it out, I'm just working on myself. They go, well, if you want to talk about it, I'll be here, and you'll probably feel a lot better if you talk about it. So why don't you talk about it? I go, no, I don't want to, I'm okay. I'll figure it out myself. And they just keep bugging me. They just keep bugging me and it builds up inside. It's gotta be as soon as I do come, I'm afraid what's my side. You won't have anything, I'm afraid what's just to see away. I'm not crazy, here's the design. You're the one that's crazy, here's the design. You're trying to be crazy, here's the design. They stick me in an institution, that was the only solution to give me the professor. I'm protecting from the enemy myself. I was in my room, and I was just staring at the wall, thinking about everything. But then again, I was thinking about nothing. And then my mom came in, and I didn't even know she was there. She called my name, and I didn't hear her. And then she started screaming, Mike, Mike. And I go, what? What's the matter? She goes, what's the matter with you? I go, there's nothing wrong, Mom. She goes, don't tell me that. You're on drugs. I go, no, Mom, I'm not on drugs. I'm okay. I'm just thinking, Why don't you give me a Pepsi? She goes, no, you're on drugs. I go, Mom, I'm okay. I'm just thinking. She goes, no, you're not thinking, you're on drugs. Normal people don't act that way. I go, Mom, just give me a Pepsi, please. All I want is a Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Just one Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me. Just a Pepsi. She went through it with my sleeves. Got me back to CFC. Got me up, just lazy. It's good work to help me great. I'm not crazy. Here's the design. You're the one that's crazy. Here's the design. You're trying to be crazy. Here's the design. They stick me in an institution that was the only solution to getting in from that love. Protecting from the enemy myself. I was sitting in my room, and my mom and my dad came in. They pulled up a chair and they sat down. They go, Mike, we need to talk to you. And I go, okay, what's the matter? They go, me and your mom, we've noticed lately you've been having a lot of problems. And you've been going off for no reason. And we're afraid you're going to hurt somebody. And we're afraid you're going to hurt yourself. So we decided that it would be in your best interest if we put you somewhere where you can get the help that you need. And I go, wait, what are you talking about? We decided my best interest? How do you know what my best interest is? How can you say what my best interest is? What are you trying to say? I'm crazy? When I went to your school, I went to your churches, I went to your institutional learning facilities. So how can you say I'm crazy? Say no to pick my brain, leave me suffering at my face. By the time they pick my head, mentally I'll be dead. I'm not crazy, here's the design. You're the one that's crazy, here's the design. You got me crazy, here's the design. They stick me in an institution that was the only solution to get in from the love. Protecting from the enemy myself. It doesn't matter, I'll probably get hit by a car anyway.
Hey, what's up, weirdos? It's Mark Splude, and this. What is with this echo? Here we go with an echo already. Jesus Christ. All right, Jimmy. We're done with the echo, right? Yeah, it's gone. Hey, what's up, weirdos? It's Mark Splude, and this is episode 93 of the SPLUDECAST. Is it still an echo? What in the fuck is going on here? All right. My guest this week for episode 93 is my good friend from Shediac, New Brunswick, Mr. Marcel Richard. Marcel was in town last week, hit me up, popped in my messenger and said, hey, I'm going to be in town. You want to do a podcast? I said, fuck, yes, I do. Man, I love sitting down and talking to Marcel. I don't even know what the fuck we talked about. I think we talked about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I can't even fucking remember. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about right now. I don't know what Marcel and I talked about, man, but I can tell you this. I love sitting down and talking to Marcel Richard. What a great fucking time, man. I could talk to Marcel all goddamn day. It was a great podcast. Great to see Marcel. It's fine. I don't think we talked about comedy very much at all. I don't know. Like I said, I just can't remember what the hell we talked about. Why is it echoing in here? It is fucking echoing. And I need to know why. What's happening? All right. Yeah, man. Good time talking to Marcel. What a great fucking dude, man. He's so interesting. I love that, he's constantly pursuing, he's not happy in life. He doesn't want to have to work for a living. I mean, fuck, none of us do, but it really seems to irritate him. Great conversation we had about it. Anyway, that's coming up right after. What's been going on with me lately? You know what, guys? I'm going to fucking get into some shit, right? And it's no drama, no fucking bullshit. I'm not going to sling any arrows here. But we're going to sit down and talk for a little while. Settle in, crack a Modelo, whatever you got to do. Burn a big fucking fatty. I don't care what you're doing. Settle in, man, because listen, I got to be honest, and I owe you all a bit of an apology. Last couple intros, especially the last episode, 92 with Shane Ogden, super uninspiring fucking intros, and I do apologize for that. Hey, listen, they can't all be gems, right? I can't come in here every fucking week and blow you away, right? So anyway, I've been feeling uninspired doing these intros lately. Last week, I think I did 5 minutes, and boy, have I been hearing about it. Listen, big shout out, man, to Mountain View, Colorado, and San Jose, California. Man, my numbers keep growing in these two areas, and I greatly appreciate it. Welcome aboard, my American friends. I didn't know I had so many American friends. I knew I had one. I knew I had the Rev, but if he could ever fucking get here on time. Anyway, shout out to Mountain View and San Jose. Great to have you guys on board, and we're going to do what we can to keep you entertained. Anyway, what's been going on with me lately? I got a new truck. Yeah, I got a new fucking truck. Now, it's not brand new. It's a 10-year-old truck. But here's the thing. This 10-year-old truck looks like it's a year fucking old, man. It's a beauty. It's a Mitsubishi Raider. And, kind of the cool thing about that is they don't make them or sell them in this country. It's an American truck. So, of course, it's got the miles, not the kilometers, all that kind of fucking thing. But the great thing was the owner who owns Mitsubishi here in town, when he imported this Raider, he put a lot of fucking money into it, man. He, put in heated leather seats, custom with a Mitsubishi logo on them, chromed the thing right out, put a big fucking guard on the front, sweet fucking rims, awesome custom bed liner. Man, this truck is fucking beauty. Just over 100,000 kilometers on it. I am in love with this truck. I had the Jeep, I had the Jeep Patriot. That was a good vehicle. I don't know if you guys, if you've been listening to this podcast for over a year, you may remember last year, 2017, Mother's Day. I woke up in the morning, went out to the window and just, looking out at the weather, whatever you fucking do early in the morning, looked out at my parking spot and thought, geez, I remember parking my truck there like I do every fucking day, and now it's not there. Someone stole my truck. Listen, this truck was a beater, man. I beat this fucking thing through the woods. It was a 2003 Chevy S10, but man, I put $1,600 worth of fucking wheels on it. This was a beauty little fucking truck. It was all paid for, and some fucking punk kids came through my yard in the middle of the night and saw that I had my keys in it, because I'm an idiot. And they grabbed it and took it for a fucking joyride. I ended up finding it in the woods myself, wrapped around a boulder. Whoever stole it, they deployed the fucking airbag when they smashed through this boulder. Head went through the fucking windshield. They paid for stealing my truck. That's for sure. But anyway, yeah, a little over a year ago, someone snatched my fucking truck right out of my driveway. I had to find a vehicle quick. I was lucky enough to fall into this fucking Jeep Patriot, man. And, I'm a truck guy, man. I like to have a truck. There's always shit to do around the fucking house, shit to throw in the back of the truck. There's always a need for a truck. It's a useful vehicle, and I always like to have one. But there was not one readily available for me once my truck was stolen. Listen, I get all my vehicles from Mitsubishi, right? Wifey works there. I get a deal. That's the way it goes. Anyway, They had a Jeep Patriot there. I fell in love with that Jeep right away. I've always wanted a Jeep, a real Jeep, like a Renegade or, something like that. But I settled for the Patriot. It was a great fucking vehicle for me for a year, man. When I sold it, I doubled my money. It was great. Yeah, this truck became available. What happened? I was trying to get a sticker on that Jeep. It was going to end up being, pretty expensive to get her up to snuff. And I had this opportunity for this truck, so I fucking jumped all over it. Man, do I love this truck. First of all, it's just nice to have a truck again. Just nice to throw fucking shit in the back of it and not worry about it. And anyway, I got the fucking new truck. Couldn't be happier with this ride. It's a sweet fucking ride. I got a new truck. That's what's been going on with me lately. I'll tell you what else has been going on with me lately, man. I talked about this a lot before I took this break from comedy. I talked about, getting out in the woods on the bike and getting out fishing and stuff, and that was the plan. And I have stuck to the fucking plan, man. I've been out fishing a bunch. I've been ripping around on the fucking bike. Man, I am having a stellar spring in the out of doors. I've been out fishing a few times out on Kingston Creek. Last time we went out, I just went out this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that went out, same spot, crushing fucking monster peckerel all day, lots of perch, lots of bass. Went out again this Sunday, once again with, my fishing partner, hashtag the Sewell. We went out this Sunday. Man, first of all, I was hungover as fucking shit. I jumped on Bojack, my 750 brute force, rode it over to my buddy Matt Connell's place there Saturday night for the UFC 225. Watched the fights. I didn't get home till about 3 o'clock, ripped into the fucking driveway. Bit sloppy. Man, there's nothing more fun than riding a four-wheeler when you're fucking hammered. But anyway, I didn't get home till about 3. I got to bed about 3:30. Up at 6 to go fishing. Likely still drunk. Drove to Sewell's house, loaded up the boat, and off we went. Man, I was feeling rough on the water Sunday morning. And, I wasn't having much luck. I started catching a perch here and there. I caught a fucking stupid bluegill. First time I caught one of those out there. And Sewell, my fishing partner, just fucking hammering monster bass. He hit a fucking real nice pickerel. Sewell kicked my ass on the fucking lake on Sunday. But man, I had a damn good time. I'm the kind of fisherman, if I'm out with somebody, I don't get all uptight if they're catching the best fish. I just like to see, fish come out of the fucking lake. I like to see success, and it wasn't too bad for me. I was catching, I was catching fairly often, all small fish, but, I was catching often. And, it didn't bother me at all. But yeah, Sewell's crushing these fucking, 3-4 pound smallmouth bass, 30-inch fucking pickerel, just ripping it up on the lake, and good for Sewell. Had a damn good time. We fished for about 6 or 7 hours out there on Sunday. And yeah, man, I have just been enjoying this time away from comedy. I mean, listen, here's the thing. I love comedy. I do. But when I'm doing comedy, when I'm into comedy, it takes up a lot of my energy, man. I don't like, everybody knows me and I fucking bark about it nonstop. I like to present new material. Writing new material is not fucking easy. Presenting is not easy either. You got to put a lot of hard fucking work into comedy to be successful and to be consistent. And it's just, if I expend that energy there on comedy, it takes up a big part of my life. So this break is fucking good, but I'll tell you what's been going on lately. This podcast I did with Marcel, I recorded 4 or 5 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago. And then a couple days later, I sat down and did a podcast with another comic, and we talked comedy non-stop. We talked comedy fucking over 2 hours. And it was so strange. After he left, I did my thing later on that night. And, man, the comedy would not stop coming out of me. I'd be sitting there shooting the shit with the wife. I'd say something funny. I'd have to open up my phone, write it down, and then fucking... my mind started racing and I was, telling jokes in my mind quicker than I could fucking write them down. I've been writing a shit ton of comedy over the last few days. really feeling inspired. I don't know if it was that conversation or if it was just a coincidence. I don't know what the hell it was, but it fucking fired me up, baby. And I've been, oh, you use my babies now? I've been writing a lot of fucking comedy, and man, am I happy with the material. You know, whether it's going to be interesting to see. I got about another 3 months before my next show in September. No Jokes Barred at O'Leary's. Get your fucking tickets now. I'm going to rip that place apart. Get ready. I'm sure there'll be available seats for you. Anyway, I got about 3 months. It'll be interesting to see it. You know, I've been writing quite a bit. It'd be interesting to see what actually makes it to that stage. I'm doing 30 when I come back, 30 minutes. So it's good that I'm writing a lot. I'm building a fucking set here. We'll see what comes out in September. Maybe this stuff I'm writing now gets axed all together, or maybe I bring that out in October or November. Who knows? At any rate, really digging what's going on with me in comedy, taking this break, but still writing a lot. Yeah, I'll tell you this much. I'm going to be going out to watch some comedy this Saturday night. I'll report back next week. No Jokes Barred at the R Bar, 4-year anniversary. Now, this hurts my feelings a little bit, you know, that I'm not on the show. I certainly could have been. If I reached out to John, he would have put me on. But I've been on all of those anniversary shows so far. And I'm gonna miss this one. At least I'm not gonna be on stage. I'm going out to watch the show. I want to see my good friend Shane Ogden. I want to see his new material. I'm not sure who else is on the fucking lineup. I'm sure John. Anyway, I'm looking forward to just going out and seeing some comedy, hanging out with my comedy friends again. It's been. I think I've taken a sufficient enough break from attending shows, and I'm really looking forward to this show on the 16th, man. John has built a cool fucking thing there, man. I know, you know, the numbers are down a little bit, the attendance is down a little bit, and that kind of thing. But, you know, comedy's peaks and valleys, man. It comes and it goes. You know, a year ago at the R Bar, the place was fucking nearly packed every time. It's going through a bit of a slump right now. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of comedy going on here. You know, it's a little oversaturated. We have not developed the audience yet in this city. It's still a fucking struggle. And hopefully we get a good fucking turnout on the 16th for the 4-year anniversary. Everyone come out and support John and what he's been doing down there for fucking years at the R Bar. Maybe the most important, certainly the most important open mic that this area has ever seen. Definitely the most important open mic in this province. Hands fucking down. I mean, I started at Wilser's Room, and that's still a good room. But the most important room in my mind for open mic comedy is the R Bar, man. It's make it or break it at the R Bar. I mean, there's a reason you don't see, guys like James Mullinger and other people that do, you know, his style of comedy. There's a reason you don't see those guys at the R Bar, because they get fucking eaten alive. You know, you got to bring the real fucking funny. The pandering stuff doesn't work. You know, the lightweight stuff doesn't fucking work. You got to come out and hammer these fucking people at the R Bar. You know, it's a dangerous place to do comedy. You know, it's not dangerous. Everyone thinks the R Bar, oh, you might get stabbed and all that. You know, there's been some rough nights down there. But it's just dangerous as a comic, because you're going to get an honest fucking response from the crowd at the R Bar. And that's what I love about it, man. I love taking new material there, getting that instant feedback from a very stiff crowd. Nothing fucking better, man. Nothing better. I almost wish my return was going to be at the R Bar, but I'll take O'Leary's. Maybe John will put me on the R Bar in September. I don't know. Anyway, man, I just listened to St. John Forward Radio latest episode. He had Tyson Ardo and John Nesbitt on there. Two guys fucking near and dear to my heart. I love those fucking guys. That was a fun podcast. A little bit of a shit show, but man, it was cool. Check it out. Check it out on iTunes. St. John Forward Radio. Tyson Ardo, John Nesbitt. Fun little fucking podcast there. Anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that show on the 16th. What else can I tell you? I don't know, man. It's I got the State of the Union podcast that I'm going to have to do next month. Not a lot to talk about on it, and I think that's why I need to get out to more of these shows, see more of what's going on in the scene. I'm out of touch, man. You know, being off social media, not going out to the shows. I don't have a fucking clue what's going on in this scene right now. So No way I can go on a State of the Union and shoot my fucking mouth off about the state of the scene here because, I'm not a part of the scene right now, right? I mean, other than this podcast and, maybe having a local comic on the podcast, that's the only way I'm involved right now. But anyway, I gotta get out to more shows. I gotta check out a couple, afternoons, maybe a set list or two. I don't know. I don't even know what the boys are doing down there right now. I haven't been listening to their podcast. I haven't been attending the shows. So, yeah, I got to get back into it, man. The writing's coming. I'm starting to feel a little more relaxed. I just, I needed the fucking break, man. This scene is, there's a lot of negative things about being in comedy. The egos, the jealousy, the envy, just, the jockeying for position. It's the politics. Man, it's the politics, and it wears on you. And, I think a big reason for this fucking break, too, was, what went down. I mean, I was planning it anyway, but what went down at the Pub Down Under with John and Arf and I with that live podcast and everything, being in a bit of a fight with Arf and John, mostly with Arf. John never really said shit about it. But, that fight with Arf and everything that was going on there, I needed a fucking break, man. I had to step away for a little while. But anyway. Looking forward to it, man. I'm going to get back out on the scene and see what, I don't know. I just feel like I'm fucking repeating myself now. This was supposed to be a dynamite fucking intro. What else can I tell you, man? I don't know. Fucking work's going great. Can't complain about my job, man. I fucking love it. Not a day since I've started there have I woken up and gone, man, I really don't want to go there. I will tell you this, though, man. I have been feeling like fucking shit lately. And I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know what it is, man. I've just been feeling, I don't know, like just no fucking energy lately. I don't know what the hell it is, man. And I got to find a way to fucking beat it. Like, today I drive into work. Now, normally I'm usually the first guy, at the office in the morning. And I take the prime parking spot right by the fucking door. And I'm usually able to keep it throughout the day. I'm in and out of the office all day. So I'm usually able to keep that spot, but it's been getting busier there now. There's other things going on in our building, other tenants that moved in, businesses and shit. So we're losing a lot of parking spots. Anyway, I pulled in this afternoon from quoting a job. And of course, my spot was fucking taken a shit. So I had to park about 7 vehicles away. And I'm not kidding, just that fucking walk from where I was parked to the door. Like, honest to God, it seemed like it took forever, and it seemed like it took an awful lot of fucking effort. And that's the way I've been feeling lately. Just, climbing up a set of stairs is fucking killing me. Not huffing and puffing, just my legs don't want to move. My body is just not fucking responding the way I want it to. And I got to do something. So here's the thing, man. I've been saying this for likely fucking months on here. I got to get back to lifting weights. That's all I've been fucking saying. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm putting it on. I'm going to use you guys to fucking challenge me. Okay? Next week, I'm going to come on here and tell you about all the weightlifting I've been doing, all the exercising I've been doing to try to get back to a place where I have some fucking energy and my body's not fucking killing me. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, I woke up, got out of bed this morning, I'm fucking limping. And for what? For what reason? There's no fucking reason to be limping. I'm a young man. I'm 42 years old, almost 43. And, yeah, man, I got to get back into shape. There's no, and I'm going to say it here. I'm going to start, at least this weekend at the very latest. So in the next intro, I'm going to be talking about it. And if I don't, please send me emails, call me a lazy piece of shit. Keep me fucking honest here. All right. I got to do something for my own health. I'm feeling fucking terrible. I mean, listen, I'm still getting it all fucking done. All right? I'm still going fishing. I'm still doing my podcast. I'm still going to work. I'm still jumping on the bike. But, man, I am just feeling fucking run down. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm getting older. Let's face it, man. I'm getting older. I don't know. I don't know what else I can tell you. Father's Day coming up this weekend. Looking forward to it. Took my boy out to his baseball practice tonight. Sitting on the bleachers. Wifey asked me what I wanted. For Father's Day, I told her nothing, first of all, because I just got a new truck. But I would like a dinner, and I requested some scallops wrapped in bacon. And so we'll see what happens Sunday night. See if I get what I want. Scallops wrapped in bacon and maybe a garter belt and some You know, some stockings or something. I don't know, something special, right? It's Daddy's Day. Ah, man. Hey, here, I'm gonna open my heart a little bit and tell you guys something, man. I lost my dad in 2008. He's been dead 10 years now. His birthday was June 1st. And, of course, it was a work day. I went to work all day. Man, I got to be honest. I fucking teared up 3 or 4 different times on my dad's birthday. It's, man, it's got me down. I miss him so much. You know, I grew up with just my dad, just me and him. He found out, that Mom was being unfaithful. And when I was, I think, maybe 6 years old, and threw her out of the house. When she left, she took my brother with her, left me behind with the old man. And, he raised me, man. He was, I love my old man, and I miss him every day. It's been 10 years, and it doesn't get any fucking easier. Anybody out there that's lost a parent, I'm sure can relate to what I was going through. I'm bounced back now, man. I think about my dad every day, and this June 1st, it might have been the worst, man. It really might have been the worst of Dad's birthdays. It really fucking hit me. I thought about him all day long, and I damn sure miss my daddy, man. And all I'm doing, man, is I'm trying to make my dad proud by, trying to be the best dad I can be for my boy. And, yeah, that's all we can do. Jesus Christ, I'm getting all fucking choked up here now talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, this is a good point to end it. I got a great fucking podcast this week. And next week, I got another fucking fire podcast. If you haven't checked out the Scrapcast yet, it's my MMA podcast that I do. Matt Connell, local comic. He's my co-host. Man, here's the thing, man. Here's what I do want to say about comedy. When I first met Matt, I think I'd met him a couple times before. I didn't know him very well. When I, first had him on the podcast, hit it right off with him. And, man, Matt's done comedy, I think four sets now, maybe 4 or 5. Matt is he's one of those guys, and this is what I'd like to see more in comedy. Matt's a funny fucking guy, man. I love hanging out with this guy. He just, he cracks me up. He gets my fucking jokes. We're busting each other's balls all the time. These are the kind of people we need to get into comedy. I gotta be honest, man. I've met a lot of comics where, when you're hanging out with them before or after the show or whatever, they're not really funny people. And sometimes they're funny on stage. Don't get me wrong, but just not funny people. I think Matt's gonna do, he's gonna do great in comedy because he's just a funny fucking guy, man. Anyway, he's my guest next week. This week, my guest is Shediac's own Marcel Richard. It's a fucking fire podcast, a dynamite chat. Episode 93 of the SPLUDECAST with Marcel Richard. Driver, right the fuck into you.
Take care of it. Like, well, today I'm gonna get home when I get home. Oh fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah, I have to be there for the fucking dog.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worse than kids, If you go on vacation, at least you can take the kids.
Yeah.
Right? With a dog, you gotta find a fucking kennel or someone you trust,
That's
you know.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Can you put my monitor down? Just maybe.
You want to go down a bit?
Just a tad, yeah.
Is that better for you?
Perfect. That.
It's
Yeah, perfect.
unfortunately, I only have one control
Oh, sorry.
for the headphones.
Yeah.
So I can't just put you down.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But I can put us both down.
Looks all fancy here. You got the whole mixing board. And
I
all
know.
that.
I know.
It reminds
this was
me of
rocket science when I first got it.
Yeah.
Reminds you of what?
radio days. Like
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
doing like it really.
God damn it. You know, unfortunately, Marcel, I'm still kind of on the clock.
Yeah, no, I accept that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take this call.
Yeah, no problem. You have on your window ledge here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever try the shatter, to be honest. I love the flower.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that the shatter is going to, be so strong. That's what I'm going to have to smoke now. I can't go back to the flower.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy the flower, right?
Yeah.
Shatter is the same way. It has all the different strains and all that shit. Just, I don't know. The way you have to do it, you need a torch and you got to, heat up this metal thing and fuck. It's almost like doing crack.
Okay.
It's a little too close to freebasing for me. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems a little weird.
Yeah, I agree.
I stick with the flower.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I like to vaporize, so I don't want any smoke or, anything in my lungs.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. So is that tobacco or is that?
That's tobacco there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I can't be ingesting THC in the middle of the day. Couldn't do it.
No?
No.
Makes you
not
sleepy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me fucking retarded.
Okay, yeah.
Right? It's like they say that smoking dope makes you stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think it really affects your brain cells that much, except when you're actively smoking it.
Yeah.
Then you're a little stupid. I am at least.
It makes me hungry.
Oh, it makes me very hungry.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The donuts, I demolished a few of those 6-packs.
Did you?
Yeah, I go get a 6-pack of donuts. And I guess I don't want to. Well, no, I don't want to talk about smoking on. Is this on the record?
This is on the record right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're recording.
We've been recording for 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's let's say we're past. It's not gonna happen, right? July 1st is. Just
No, you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping it's going to happen July 30th because that's my birthday.
I don't think it's gonna. I'm wondering if it's gonna happen in 2018.
Well,
no.
did you hear what happened? Because I think yesterday was the very final vote.
Yeah,
June 7th.
It was.
So did you hear? Did it go through everything?
It went through.
Oh, okay.
But now it has to go back to the floor, I think, for the MPs to vote on all the amendments that they suggested.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then once that is finished, I think it goes back to the Senate and they do the final thing. I'm not 100% sure of this. But then the provinces need a few months to get things up and running.
Yeah.
So we're still a few months.
I don't know because the latest I heard was if everything goes good on June 7th, it's going to be 8 to 12 weeks to legalization.
All right. Okay.
And I figure 8 to 12 weeks. All right, could be June 30th or July 30th. It's a Monday. Yeah. That's when you want to start it, right?
Yeah.
You don't fire it up on a Wednesday. It's going to probably be a Monday. So hopefully,
for your birthday.
Oh, that'd be great,
Awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Because that'd be the new 420, 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might as well.
It's the new 420.
7:30.
Yeah, why not?
Celebrate every year your birthday and legalization.
Well, the whole country would be celebrating my birthday, right? Everyone would be
right.
getting fucking stoned on my birthday.
That'd be a good time.
That'd be a good time. You brought me some donuts. Thank you for that. Many people may not know this, but that is my fucking weakness.
Yeah.
Donuts.
It's
Boston cream. Specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I heard that on the podcast, and I figured, I gotta bring Mark some Boston cream.
Well,
donuts,
didn't you also hear that I try to stay away from the fucking donuts, Marcel?
I know. Yeah, I was kind of half and half about it, and then I wanted to talk to you about your diet because you started, you finished, and you didn't really talk about it.
About the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that the keto, like just keto, or truly carnivore?
No,
diet?
I was doing just full carnivore diet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that keto diet, man.
Okay.
I'm not even sure the science is right about the ketones and stuff.
No?
I'm not fully convinced.
Okay.
But the carnivore diet sounded good to me because I love meat.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So I thought, well, I don't have to, like most diets, you have to jam, green leafy vegetables down and supplements and all this fucking shit.
Yeah.
And who wants to? I don't normally eat a lot of salad.
Okay.
I'll eat 2-3 salads a week.
Yeah.
But I'm not eating
Well,
salad
that's a
every.
lot of salad.
Well,
2-3
it's enough.
salads.
It's enough salad.
Yeah.
I get enough greens.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to do it all day, every fucking day.
Okay.
So it was the easiest diet for me. I'm like, this is fucking perfect for me. I got a bunch of deer meat.
Yeah.
It's great. But it just turns out it's not enough variety.
Okay.
You know, I get fucking bored of stuff real quick, Marcel.
Yeah, and I guess if you're doing the carnivore diet, it really needs to be strict carnivore diet because if you start eating a bit of other stuff, you get to be low in certain things, like I think like vitamin C and things like that.
That's right. And that's what everyone says. If you eat just meat, you don't get the vitamin C. But the thing is, you only need an extra vitamin C if you're eating a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah, that's
right.
the thing.
So a lot of people don't understand that. But and I wasn't too worried about fucking vitamins and shit. I just wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
But it was amazing because the like mental clarity almost immediately, like within 2 days, the mental clarity was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not like I feel foggy now, but I did notice a difference.
It's kind of interesting because I think they say that when you do the keto diet, you get foggy for a bit, like at the start.
I've heard that, the keto fog.
Yeah. So, and I'm curious, but a lot of people say the same thing. Once they get into their routine, they feel much better. They feel like more energy. They don't feel like napping, all that kind of good stuff. But it's I mean, I think there's some interesting stuff to it, and I think there's really smart people doing that as well. So that's
Dr. Sean Baker.
Oh yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that was on Rogan and kind of talking about it. And,
exactly. And there's a lot of people on Rogan. Even like Rhonda Patrick talks a lot about the keto diet, I think.
Yeah, big time.
So it's kind of interesting, and I'm looking into it a bit, but it's sweets. Fuck, I have such a hard time kicking the sweets. So I got you 6 donuts, right?
Right.
I brought a box of 6 donuts, but that's my problem is as I'm driving, I'm like, well, I'm going to eat one.
What do you mean?
And then I'm going to eat
I
2.
love this story. Keep going.
That's the thing is I can't drive with a box of donuts next to me.
Right.
So,
this is why I don't buy donuts, first of all. I can't control myself either, so you're preaching to the choir.
No, but that was the thing. I was planning to bring 4. My plan was to eat 2, and then to have 4, have 1 with you, and then have 1 for Chaos and Jamie.
Sure.
So, but then I'm driving, and I'm like, geez, those donuts would be mighty good. So, well, I'll just eat the one I was going to eat with Mark now.
Yeah.
And then I'll still have 1 for him, 1 for Jamie, and 1 for Chaos, right? So I'm like, that'll be all right. But it had to be that these donuts were for someone else.
Right.
For me to stop eating them.
Yeah, that's right. That was the only thing stopping you.
No, honestly.
Yeah, not hating yourself or worried about your health.
That doesn't happen very well. It does, but when donuts are there, it doesn't happen. The donut seems to be stronger than the hating myself and knowing that it's terrible to ingest these. Because I sometimes work in Quebec City. And working in Quebec City, there's Krispy Kreme. Have you ever had Krispy Kreme before?
You know what? My wife at Mitsubishi, she will import a bunch. Like I think she does it quarterly.
Okay, for fundraisers.
She'll take big orders from customers, and she's got a Krispy Kreme guy that delivers down here. Okay. Like I think it's either 4 times a year or twice a year, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is, I've had many, and they are very good.
But the thing is even there from the store to get them in St. John,
right?
There's the decay in quality already.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure there is.
When you get the Krispy Kreme in Quebec, when they're off the production line, you get it and it's still warm. Like too warm is actually too warm, but off the line and just warm, just a bit of warmth, it just disappears in your mouth. You're like, wow, that was 250 calories.
Yeah, but it melts. That shit melts. Even being shipped here, that shit melts in your mouth. I can't imagine.
No, it's ridiculous. So
I gotta go just to have a warm one.
That's the thing. You go to Quebec and then you get like one is like $1.50 or something like that, and then 12 is like $10. So you're like, well, might as well just get 12.
Sure,
economy of scale. I mean, I'm gonna go for the good value. I'm a cheap guy, right? That's the thing is I'm cheap, so I'll buy 12 because they're cheaper by the unit. Not spending less money. It's just getting better value.
That's right. Yeah, I'm spending 10 times is what I thought I was going to, but I'm saving money.
Good value, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you get there, I pop 2 in my mouth right in the store, like right just walking to my car with the box in my hands. I popped 2, like I didn't, only 10 made it to the car.
Right.
So then in the car, I don't know how many I ate, but I know that I ate enough. And by the time I got to Rimouski, which was, 4 or 5 hours later,
right,
I had 4 donuts left.
Jesus Christ. I honestly think, and you may be the first person that I met, you may have a bigger problem with donuts than I have.
I have a problem with sugar in general.
Right.
But donuts are really good.
Yeah, they're so
really
fucking good.
It's, there's just something about it. But I can't believe, that Krispy Kreme is over 200 calories. Like, that one Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah.
That vanishes. You put it in your mouth, and it vanishes. Like, it's like Houdini. Houdini is right out of your mouth. And I guess it's 250 calories. So
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't count calories anyway. So let me ask you, because, so you were supposed to go, you were finishing up work, and you were going to go to Tondi's for the butter chicken.
Yeah.
So, but I rushed you a little bit. So you didn't get any butter chicken.
Well,
so your whole lunch was 3 donuts.
Well, no, the donuts I ate on the way.
Okay.
On the way from Shediac to St. John.
Okay, right.
The butter chicken is, I can't not go for the butter chicken at Tondy's, because that is, to me, I travel Atlantic Canada from Quebec to St. John's. The Tondy's butter chicken is or any of the curries at Tondy's is the best food in my whole territory. There's
kidding.
There's nothing I prefer than that butter chicken at Tondy's. So
Right.
I did go get the butter chicken, but I just called. I took takeout, and I ate it on the way here.
Nice.
Nice to learn. Butter chicken is not the best food to eat while driving.
It's not really a portable food.
No,
really, no.
It's not very portable. At least the containers were like half decent. So I had like the butter chicken in one bowl, and I had like rice in another kind of bowl. So I was pouring a bit of butter chicken over the rice, driving and eating. It was probably unsafe. Like, honestly,
it's a little scary.
Yeah, especially since you're talking about people driving and texting and all that. It seems to be your
it can't be worse than that.
Your pet peeve right now. But it's probably fairly similar when you're eating butter chicken and texting and driving. Might be similar. Might be similar.
Probably best to avoid both, really.
I agree. I totally agree. But I couldn't avoid getting the butter chicken, though. That was the thing.
You had to have it. And you had to podcast, so, you got to make...
That's the thing. I really wanted to do the podcast, too. That was two high priority items on one list. So what do? You just do the best you can.
That's all you can do. But now, listen, your shirt is nice and clean.
Yeah.
Looks like you made out all right.
I did. I honestly did make out all right. Now I'm thinking, like, yeah, that kind of suck if I poured this all over myself, get into Mark's studio. Mark's nice studio smelling like butter chicken.
Yeah, who's to say I would let you in here with a fucking messy shirt, though? Let's be honest.
Get the Indian flavors populating your room there.
That shit might have flew back in Jamie Land Studios, but not in the SPLUDECAST studios. Yeah. But that's not gonna...
But honestly, Tondy's, I don't want to, they're not sponsoring you or me or
not yet.
Way, but
they hear this clip and
they should. Honestly, the best friggin' everything there is delicious, but
good
their
steak.
Butter chicken is really steak.
Really good steak.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. The thing is even if I'd want to taste that steak, I can't because
it's the butter chicken.
Well, any of their curries is you get there and you try something else and then you regret not taking the thing, right? And then I know I won't be here for another 3, 4, 5 months, so never know.
You got to take that risk. It's like comedy, right? You know this joke kills, but how long are you gonna tell it?
That's a good
how
way.
long?
Yeah, that's a good way. But I guess it's that's why it'd be nice to be able to do a lot of shows. If you can do a lot of shows, then you can try something, and if it doesn't work, well, then next time you'll try something good, right?
Yeah, and no loss if you're doing a lot of shows.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're only in St. John once every 3 months, then you got to get your
get the butter chicken
fix, right?
Have you been doing comedy?
I haven't, actually. I haven't since we chatted last, I think. I don't know. The last show I did was Every Comedian in a New Brunswick show, which was, I don't know.
That's still the last show you did? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was quite a while. Was that 2016?
27. I think it was October 27. October 2016. Yeah. That was I did some MCing at the Hubcap. But it's just like MCing. It's straight up MCing. You just
no joke at all.
No. You just bring up
just
people.
the list.
Yeah. I just
oh shit! Don't mention any lists.
Yeah. I talked a bit about just what was happening at the end. It's kind of funny. Like actually, James Mullinger was on a show, and he asked me. He says,
"He's my favorite."
Yeah. Do you know if the crowd likes the dirty stuff? I'm like, I don't know. As the first guy was pretty clean, so maybe it's safer to go that way.
Yeah.
And then right when he asked me that, he was the third one on the show, and the second guy was talking about who wasn't doing very well at the start. And then he starts about eating ass. Like he has this bit about eating ass, and the crowd loved it.
Yes.
And I looked at James, gave him a thumbs up. If they're laughing about eating ass, I think they're pretty open to do whatever you want to do.
I think you're pretty safe. Yeah. Maybe pull out the maritime directions. That's pretty edgy, right?
It was I was surprised at how because it was an older crowd. You look at the crowd, it was probably I would say average age was probably 50 of them. Thinking that's probably not the best crowd to go edgy to, but
depends who's doing it, man. Yeah, depends who's doing it.
There was this young kid doing eating ass jokes that they seem to eat out of his hands.
That's great. I've been in front of some old crowds, man, where I've been nervous.
Yeah,
because I'm not like James. I'm not like, oh, what's the crowd looking for tonight? Yeah. It's like the crowd better be looking for me because that's what they're getting. You know,
of course. Did you?
I've been nervous before. Look out at the crowd and go, that's a lot of white hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to go for this period business.
Did it go?
Oh, fuck. Almost always.
That's kind of interesting, though. I feel the same way, although it doesn't go. I did the winery there in Kingston Peninsula.
Oh, okay.
Holy fuck! Did they ever not like me there?
Is that? I don't think they're big comedy fans anyway. I think that was people started coming out because James was doing that.
Well, yeah, and it was at the start, like it was kind of I think maybe later on they got a bit more to okay, this is comedy, and people say raunchy stuff, but at the start they were hoity-toity type.
And did you take the bullet? You went up first?
I did go up first. Yeah, I was emceeing that, so it was. But they liked Marty, so Marty went well, but they just didn't like me. I was dressed up nice. I was like, "What? This is a winery." I put a nice button-up shirt, some dress pants. Marty was making fun of me, saying I just got off my yacht there, but that's actually one of the bigger lessons I learned about dressing. Dressing to your material can be important. Like I never really thought about it too much, but I think there is something to it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, some people say the better you dress, the raunchier you can be, and kind of still let it slide. Because James has really raunchy stuff, and he dresses nice, and it flies. But the accent helps as well. But it's kind of interesting. That's the dynamic about stand-up, right?
There's something to. I think there's something to it. I thought it was interesting. Louis' last special he did in a suit.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. Didn't make any fucking difference. Like his material wasn't much different from what he's
normal
been
Louis
doing.
Stuff,
and it didn't seem to matter at all.
Yeah,
he just kind of looked a little better. But for me personally, he looked a little off.
Yeah,
like he looked like he was hosting the fucking Oscars. Like this isn't Louis. Where's the black T-shirt? You know.
I agree. I agree with you on that one, but I think I wonder Louis now is playing to his fans. Louis is not everybody. If you're going to see a Louis show, you know who you're going to watch, right? Somebody who might jack off on you, but it's not. It's still it's kind of I hate how you have to Louis. I always thought was an amazing comic, and now you kind of have to. Do I talk about Louis? Do I not talk? about Louis?
I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
I talk about Louis. I don't care, and everyone skirts around the issue. I don't give a shit, man. But in my personal opinion, what he did is nowhere near on the level of where they're pointing fingers, Cosby and all this stuff.
That's what I hate the most.
Yeah, they just lump him in with all this shit. He's another fucking disgraced celebrity. Yeah. No, he's not, man. What he did was very fucking tame. Yeah. Did it creep the girls out? I'm sure it did, and that's too bad. And he's a fucking creepy motherfucker. However,
he's not a criminal.
He's not.
Maybe not a whole. I don't know.
That's not a crime.
Well, it probably is.
Has he been arrested?
No.
Well, then you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's probably sexual harassment is not a. You don't go to jail for sexual harassment, right?
I don't really know, but here's the thing. Here's what I don't get about this whole fucking thing that's going on. If someone committed a crime against me, I'm not going to tell Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? Twitter's not going to help me.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the fucking cops.
That's right.
Someone breaks in my house, I'm not going to, this guy broke into my house, let's make sure he loses his job, or, I don't know, it's fucking insanity to me. Call the fucking police.
Yeah. Did you see that Aziz Ansari stuff?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I don't want to. I don't know the whole story on either side.
Right.
But it's was it? I don't know. It's hard to talk about because it's so scary about what you say now that you get just trampled over.
Big time. Well, the mob will come right after, and the mob tries with me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't give a shit.
But you can't have the discussion anymore. That's what's kind of I'd rather be able to have the discussion, be wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong, and learn from it. But no, you can't learn from it.
You can't have that discussion.
Get destroyed. You get destroyed if you talk about the subject in the wrong way. People don't. Oh well, we should educate him. No, we should fucking demolish him. Which I hate. I find and I think it's hurtful for society as well to be like that.
Big time.
I think things need to change. I fully agree that things need to change, but I think that we need to be able to talk about it.
Yeah,
we need to be
that's
able
the
to
important
have
part to have that discussion. But that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Now it's just this side and this side, and they both sides have their bullet points.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all they do. They fire their bullet points back and forth. Nobody's changing anybody's mind. No one's open to a change of mind. And that's the problem.
And I think that's reasons why someone like Trump gets elected. Yeah, because people don't want to talk about wanting to vote for him. They keep that hidden.
Yeah,
and everybody thinks it's going to be a landslide, so doesn't care. What, I'm not going to go vote. And then he gets elected because all these guys were closet Trump fans that they didn't want to talk about it. Because if they did, they got persecuted for it.
That's right.
So I think it's hurtful in that way that we're limiting free speech and I guess. I don't believe in hate speech. I really think that we shouldn't have any kind of hate speech, and we should limit hate speech in a certain way.
Right.
But I mean, at the same time, the context. I mean, it's been told a whole lot. The context and what's the
intent.
The intent,
Yeah.
exactly, of what you're saying is so important.
So important.
Yet people forget that. It's like,
well, the problem is it's very difficult to get intent and tone across where everybody is gathering now. Like our community now is online.
Yeah, well, that's
right?
what I was
So
wondering.
everything's in text. So it's very hard to convey any intent or tone in text. It's almost impossible.
And that's exactly where I was going to. Like, is it because we're in now a digital society where we're texting, we're writing more than we're speaking?
Yeah,
and that
a fuck of a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a crazy gap.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, do you call people anymore?
Nah, well, only in my job.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have to, no, I don't.
How
I don't
often
call
do you call Arif?
Very, very. I can't. He doesn't even have a cell phone. Fucking broke ass immigrants. Jesus fucking Christ. Get your shit together, Arf.
so stuff, but I don't. I call my friends when I need to make plans right away.
Right now.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's just easier to call. But I never call my friends to talk.
Nah.
When I was a kid, I would run up a phone bill like were you talking about that when you were a kid? You would run up a phone
fuck, man.
conversations
Yeah, I'd talk to girls on the phone for like 3-4 hours at a time. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about, but
I know, but that's what we did, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious, like Chaos probably doesn't call up his girlfriend all the time, right? Does he?
FaceTime.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
they
All right.
FaceTime every night.
All right.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, when I was a kid, I had a girlfriend who lived far enough away that it was long distance between us. But she had like a community calling, they called it, so you could call like at a greater area without being long distance.
Yeah.
So she would always call me. I wouldn't call her, or I'd call her, and then she'd call me back. So
okay, yeah,
so,
yeah.
And 1 month it was like $1,000 that they saved. So it shows like how much you saved by being on this community calling plan.
Right.
Like, so look, it still lists your long distance, but it doesn't charge you for it.
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
got
But
the
it
plan.
showed you $1,000.
$1,000 of long distance in 1 month.
Fuck, man, that's fucking insane.
I don't know how much it was a minute, but we talked a whole lot that point, right?
Yeah,
So that was kind of where I'm going. It's kind of interesting how much we talked when we were kids, and I talked to a lot of my friends too over the phone. I would talk to my friends over the phone all the time, and I don't. And I'm sometimes wondering, is it because I'm an adult and we don't have time to talk all day on the phone, or is
I don't think so. I think it's society changing, right? You just like you said, look at the kids, what they're doing. Like, so Chaos will FaceTime his girlfriend, but I'm sure they text a lot more than that, and all of his other friends are all text.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I wonder,
Snapchat, I think, is what all the kids are doing now.
So I guess the big question comes: are we losing communication skills? And if we are,
Definitely.
does it matter? That's
It
the
definitely
other thing.
does. No, it definitely does.
It might, because we're in the kind of cross generations where we're interacting with people, but maybe later on it doesn't matter. You don't need to communicate because they'll be good at communicating by text or whatnot.
I see what you mean. Yeah, does it matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not, because that looks like the way the world's going.
Exactly, that's what
but it does matter to me.
Well, yeah,
I hate seeing the English language butchered the way it's being butchered now, with so many LOLs and all that fucking bullshit. Yeah. I still, to this day, I would never type that out.
No.
Ever. You never get an LOL from me.
Oh, yeah?
I'll type out ha ha ha. I'm never going to use LOL. I don't know why. It's fucking stupid.
That's the biggest lie on the internet.
I just refuse to do. I'm not putting SMH or LOL. I'll just type it out.
Yeah. Because nobody's laughing out loud. That's the worst part.
Exactly.
Nobody's laughing out loud.
Laugh out loud is just it's used. I don't even know what it's used. It's used for like a fucking comma now.
Well,
people just use it as a comma.
Yeah. It's one letter shorter than ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah. just type ha ha. Or don't fucking type anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just angry at the world, I think.
Well,
I'm getting older and
maybe so, but
lashing out.
It's still kind of interesting, though. I find it the whole technology stuff is because I was a technology kid. I grew up with it. I think I'm maybe the oldest of that young generation in a sense, because I did grow up with the technology, but I did also grow up speaking on the phone, right? But, I had ICQ and MIRC and MSN and all that kind of chatting stuff when I was a kid. There.
Like forums and stuff?
Well, chat rooms.
Right.
Like ICQ was like instant messaging, but now everything's on Facebook. Facebook. You quit Facebook, and yesterday I got hacked. My Facebook got hacked.
Did you?
Yeah, and I have some so I got a message on my phone saying you suspicious activity, something like that. You might want to change your password. And I'm like, is this a sketchy? But it kind of looked legit. I went through it, and I'm pretty sure this is legit. Changed my password, put like two-factor authentication. So if I log in, they send me a text, and then I need to put the password that's on my text. So kinda increase security to be good. But I'm not sure if they did that then or if I'm still fucking hacked. But yesterday I got an ad campaign put on my account, and now I got a $15 bill. it's just a $15 bill. It's not the end of the world,
Yeah,
but this
but
fucking
still.
$15 bill that I didn't, there's nothing that it promoted like my.
Think of the donuts you could buy for
3 dozens, 3 half dozens. But the thing that's frustrating is that it was for my comedy page. Like, so why would somebody put an ad campaign for my comedy page that I don't care for? It's like Marcel Richard comedy. I fucking deleted the page. That's how much I cared about it.
nice.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a damn about that page.
Well, you haven't done a
But-
set in 2 fucking years.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like 50 likes on that page. It's a shit page anyway. So I didn't put anything since like 2016. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I just deleted it. So hopefully I'll get a refund. But Facebook has like 0 customer service.
Yeah, I
You
heard
have to-
that.
Yeah, it's like almost impossible to find a place where you can actually submit a question to someone. And then I found somewhere that I think I'm going to get it because it includes money. So it's about money. So I think they might have people there.
Yeah.
But they said like it's going to take a few days to get to you, right? So
Jesus
it's a shit
Christ.
system,
Yeah.
like honestly.
Well,
But
Zuckerberg's got to figure it out. He just gives you the playground and he goes, "You guys fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
If you get hurt, don't come see me."
no, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
We'll bill your credit card, talk to Visa,
Yeah.
which I probably will in the end. But then you wonder if you get like fraudulent charges on your Visa, dispute it, they probably take it out. But are you getting like kind of flagged?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got flagged for a $15 fuck up charge. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get flagged for $15.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's like insurance. You get insurance. You don't use it because if you do, well, then your premiums go
way
so,
up.
So you might
Oh,
as well
yeah.
just pay it out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you're way better off. You're way better off.
Yeah.
And then the only reason you have it is so you can hand it to the cop when he pulls you over and go,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I got insurance."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use the fucking thing, but I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took away like windshield insurance. Like it's like $50 a year. If you can ask specifically for your windshield insurance to be taken out.
Oh, really?
Well, unless you have a car that has sensors in those windshields, like windshields are fairly cheap. Like
Yeah.
you could get
$300 somewhere around there. Yeah.
about what your deductible would be, right? So
Yeah.
why put up a claim so you're paying $50 for anything?
Yeah.
But I'm cheap like that. I had to learn. I had to learn on very limited income, right? Because I spent like a year and a half without working, so that was
Oosh. Yeah,
that's-
that's tough. I've been there. I've been there too.
stretching some dollars.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. Is honestly like I prefer being poor and having control of my time. I think that's important. Like there's only one resource that we all have the same amount, right? We all have the same. Well, I mean, rich
Maybe
people,
not the same amount.
Well, rich people have more chance to live longer, right? That's a kind of given. But it's still time is the same. So if you're a millionaire and you have 1 hour, if you're poor, you have 1 hour. That's
Yeah,
still,
still
1
an
hour.
hour.
It's still an hour that you have, right? So
Right.
that's the only thing you can't really buy. You can buy it in a way by getting better like healthcare.
Yeah, sure.
But that's kind of still
Pretty limited still.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So especially in Canada, right? We're lucky that we have pretty decent free healthcare.
Yeah.
But
I have to disagree with you on that one.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
really? Well, I mean,
Hasn't been decent care for me. Not
I know.
lately, anyway. No. Haven't been having good luck at the hospital.
well, it's.
But I would stand. No, I
I know,
agree.
I know
agree
what
with
you
It's
mean,
just-
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if you like go down to a third world country and say
Yeah.
that we have
absolutely.
shit,
If if I split my head open
Yeah.
talking to you somehow,
yeah,
I could go to the hospital and get stitched up for nothing. So
or
it's
even
beautiful.
get some kind of viral infection and go to the hospital and get treated for the actual viral infection that you have.
Yeah,
right?
we're not dying of malaria over
Exactly,
here.
right?
Yeah.
So we are, relatively speaking, fairly lucky with
Yeah.
what we have, right? So, but still, an hour is an hour for whatever you are. So I'd rather work, if I could, I'd work less. Like, why are we working 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
Who decided that 40 hours a week was the amount of work that we had to do somewhere where we're trading our time for money? Because that's...
Well, it was the unions that decided that, because before that happened, before the unions came in and made the 40-hour work week, it was wide open.
Yeah.
The, employer would use it for 60, 80 hours a fucking
Yeah,
week.
for sure.
But I don't know. I think 40 is a little high.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think we should be working more than 6 hours a day. I think that's our limit,
Yeah.
And I think you'd get a lot more productivity out of people if they're only there for 6 hours.
I think so too. I would rather do it like I would want to work 30 hours a week, 3 days a week.
Yeah,
10
now you're
hour,
talking.
10 hour.
Now
10
you're
hour.
talking. I love
3
it.
days on, 4
Yeah.
days off. To me, that would be the best. You kind of rip it off like a Band-Aid, and then because I still feel like I'm trading. I don't mind my job, but I'm still trading my time for money. You know?
Absolutely. Me too. I love my job, but it's still it's not what I would choose to do when I wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
Oh boy, I got to get in there and
Yeah.
manage these properties.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
this is what I want to do, right? This
Exactly.
is what
Yeah.
I
Me too.
Podcasting, it'd be fun if I could spend my time doing that and hopefully get to a point where I can get paid. But I tried and it didn't work. Might try again, but
Yeah.
it's still it's a long road to make that work. So if I have to trade my time for money, and then to have enough time and mental clarity, I guess, because working a job that is a job is mentally draining.
It beats you down, man.
Oh yeah,
it absolutely does.
It's it's kind of, so I wonder, like, why are we so stuck to working this? And I wonder if things are going to change, because I think the generation coming up is more thinking like this, like they don't want to work as much, but at the same time is, we're not making, like, the millennials are not making money, right? There's not a whole lot. So it's kind of hard to...
I don't see any way out of the cycle other than changing up the monetary system itself.
Well,
I think it's the only way.
Do you think universal basic income is going to be a thing soon?
Oh, fuck. I would love it to be.
I
think it's a great idea. I don't think it will.
Oh, no?
I don't know, man. Then again, I never thought that weed would be legal in this country either. So.
Okay. Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I think it's a step in the right direction.
I think so, too. I mean, because...
What do you think would be fair? Right now, yeah. Based on our economy right now, how much do you think would be fair?
At least 15.
At least 15?
Yeah.
Fuck, wouldn't that be incredible?
I think that's what it would have to be.
Yeah.
Because 15 is not enough to have a whole lot of fun.
Oh, hell no.
So...
If I got $1,500 a month, then...
Oh, sorry, I meant $1,000 a year.
Oh, $15,000 a year?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're cutting me down even more.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Because I think...
It's got to be at least that.
Well,
I think if they gave everybody $1,000 a month,
yeah,
it would certainly... first of all, it's going to eliminate a lot of crime.
That's 12 a year, right? So
yeah. It's going to eliminate a lot of fucking crime.
Yeah.
But, take home 1,000. So let's say 15, right?
Yeah.
After taxes or whatever else.
Yeah.
But yeah, $1,000 a month. I know I could use an extra $1,000 a month. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that you wouldn't get extra $1,000 a month, right? Because you have a job. So whatever it would be cut back through your job. So it's.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about everybody gets the same amount.
Yeah.
And then anything you make above that, away you go.
I wonder, that's definitely not going to happen. Like, that's not how it's going to... It's definitely going to be like a sliding scale. So the more you make, the less of that bump that you get, right? So if you make $100,000 a year, like, you might be paying into it instead of receiving it, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're breaking my heart over
well,
there.
Then
I don't care when it happens.
Obviously, that's... But the thing is that if you want to try an artistic pursuit or whatnot, you got to learn to live on $15,000 a year,
yeah,
right?
I guess.
So
that'd be tough.
Yeah, but I'm more and more, I'm thinking, like, getting a part-time waiter job, just something that pays half decent for 20 hours a week, and then you do your thing, right? It's
not really an option for me, I got dependents, so.
But that's the thing too, right? Is how you set yourself up, and kids change things as well, and for sure. But you think, like, I think we are living way above our means. Like,
the amount of money I waste that I don't need to.
Yeah,
like we're a consumer society.
Yeah,
we just, it's like Fight Club, right? What I love the line from Fight Club, and I think I mentioned it in the last podcast or the one before that.
Talked about Fight Club.
Yeah, and I love the line. It was with RF. We work jobs that we fucking hate to buy shit we don't need.
Yeah,
right, and it's so fucking true. That was my big takeaway from that movie, was that one line.
Well, it is,
and it bothers me, and that sentiment has been bothering me since I was in junior high school. I'm not kidding. Like, I played a song, and I talked about it in an intro. It was Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, Beneath the Wheel. And it spoke to me so much. At the time, there's a line in that song that says, school's a job, but you don't get paid. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking bullshit. I'm going to, I've always just had that mentality. Like, this is bullshit, and I shouldn't have to fucking do it, you know? But, yeah, it's, I don't know. I think it would be, I don't know what incentive that money would be, because if I wanted to make money doing nothing, I'd just have a bunch of kids. You make more on welfare if you got 3 or 4 fucking kids. You're making like $5,000 a month.
It can't be that much.
Oh, dude,
I really don't know. But
we have people like tenants.
$5,000 a month. That's a big salary there.
That's including the family allowance, right?
Okay.
The family allowance is like, it's $400 per kid.
Okay.
So if you got 4 kids, you're getting $1,600. That's not even including your welfare. That's just family allowance.
Okay.
And you probably get double that for like an actual welfare check. Like, we have tenants that have way nicer shit than I have, bud. And they're on welfare, but they have kids, right?
Okay.
And they buy toys and little screens for their kids, and they fucking send them in the room, and they enjoy the rest of their shit that, you and I have fucking bought for them.
I feel it has to be exaggerated there. I think, I can't see, they don't seem to be living better lives than I do, I guess, if I look at, but I don't know, and I don't know for sure, so I'd rather not speak about it, but it's still...
I see it on a daily basis.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, I think about the stuff that we waste and the stuff that we think that we need, but at the same time, like you said, we work these jobs, so I'm working my job, and I'm thinking, well, I got money, so I could buy some shit, so I get a piano, just because I'm kind of curious about using the piano. So it's it's kind of interesting to see that. Well, okay, so I got money, I'm going to buy shit now, but if I save it, then I can hopefully buy some time, right? That's what I'd like to do, is be able to save up that money and buy some time instead of buying shit.
Right.
So, because I think it's been shown as well that if you buy experiences rather than stuff, you get more happiness in the end, right?
Oh, for sure you do.
And I see that.
Because you get those memories, right?
Exactly.
If you buy a keyboard, you don't have a fucking memory of, I went to the store and, what a great day that was.
But at the same time, I bought the piano and I'm buying the experience of music, right? So if I'm playing music and it kind of makes me feel better, then I'm buying somewhat of a learning experience as well, because I'm learning the piano, and it's kind of, I'm not a musician. I play a bit of guitar, and I find that playing the piano makes me a better guitarist as well, or a better musician in general,
Makes
right?
sense, yeah.
But it's, I think music has something kind of special that, that kind of takes you out. You're playing the guitar, playing the piano or whatnot. You sang, so I'm not sure if you get the same kind of, you get lost in the music.
Oh, dude, I get lost in music every fucking day. Yeah. Every day.
So,
but that's a trade-off, right? The trade-off is, okay, I can buy this piano if I work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work, give up my time, get this piano. I don't need the piano, but I kind of want it.
Yeah.
So that's the answer, right? If you want this stupid shit. Like, I don't need a four-wheeler, but I fucking love that four-wheeler.
Yeah.
I got to work if I want that four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if people were, I wish that, I feel like I'm not in the right society in a way that I'd rather be poor and live with a group of people that were doing all this, just socializing together.
Yeah.
And even if we don't have a whole lot of money, I think we could be happy by just, keeping each other company in a way.
Yeah.
So living in some kind of commune, let's say, I think there's something that really...
Where Mark grows the chickens, I grow the fucking lettuce, and, we barter and like that kind of deal. Is that what you mean?
Not necessarily, but I find that's interesting. I find that's interesting for a few reasons, because you think about what we work, like how far removed we are from our needs. Like what I do for work is so far removed from getting shelter and food, which are what we need, right? I mean, we really need, like, the two things we really need is shelter and food.
That's right.
So, but what I do is so far removed from that I have a hard time associating working with making money. Working puts money in my bank account, and I can spend the money I want, but I'm cheap enough that I don't really have to budget. So it's basically just kind of a system that works itself.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time is that by the system working itself out, I don't get the validation of I'm working and it's putting food in my mouth.
That's right.
And I think that's...
Connection to food. That's what so many people have. That's what we've lost, really, as a species, is our connection to food.
And I think that makes me personally have a hard time getting into my work.
Yeah.
Because I don't see...
You don't see the value in it.
Because I'm just trading my time for money, right? It's like when I was a kid and I was forced to go to church.
Right.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do this? Just nothing to this. I don't like being here. I don't gain anything from being here, but I just have to do it.
Yeah, have to be there.
Well,
because I'm being told.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's, we've lost the value of food too. Like,
I know what you
people
mean,
throw away so much fucking food,
yeah.
And it's because it's that disconnection. That's what causes it, right? Like there's just food gets no respect.
No,
Let's put it that way.
I really agree.
But like I've always said, when the trucks start coming to Sobeys, people are going to relearn the fucking value of food, and those people that are always down on hunting and all this and cruelty to animals, that all that noise is going to just go fucking quiet.
Yeah.
You're going to hear fucking nothing. They're going to go, hey, you got any deer meat? Well, I don't know. Weren't you against that deer meat, bud? Yeah. Weren't you...
Well, it's got, I've heard some arguments say about all this PC culture right now, that political correct culture,
right?
Is that we don't have enough problems right now.
That's exactly what it is.
We don't have, we're not looking for food. We're not looking for shelter.
We're looking for drama.
Yeah, well, we're
bored and we're looking for fucking drama. We don't have to fight for food.
Yeah.
We don't have to forage. We don't have to worry about shelter.
Yeah.
We have nothing to fucking worry about. So we worry about what Roseanne Barr posts on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on.
I find it's a bit a shame. And somebody says we need the good catastrophe so that people start working together, which...
Jesus, last time they said that, 9/11 happened.
No, but that's fucked up, right? Because there's some truth to that. That's why it's fucked up because
there's major truth to it,
know,
man. You think in Haiti they're fucking worried about what's getting posted on Twitter
Well,
after the earthquake? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but
they were worried about community. Let's fucking rescue people, and
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how something like that brings people together, and in no way. And I actually hate saying that because somebody might take this as I'm going to do something to. And I think that's the worst thing. Anybody, if you're thinking like that, just go kill yourself.
Yeah, go kill yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
don't take anyone with you.
Yeah. Make it best for society and just kill yourself.
That's right.
If you're thinking about harming others, please just kill yourself. That is my public message.
It's a good message. Yeah, the SPLUDECAST stands behind that message as well. Yeah,
so
that represents our views.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing to want to die; it's another thing to bring someone else with you. But there's. Not to say that I understand them, but I see if somebody is doing it for some kind of reason like that, I see where he's coming from, but I think he's just way off the ball. And how to
there's
do
more
it, right?
constructive ways to get shit done. Yeah,
religion's a fucked up thing, man. I was listening to the girl who was on King of Queens there. I forgot her name.
Leah Remini.
Yeah. Listening to an audiobook there. She had an audiobook.
She's very interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was about Scientology a lot. Like she was a hardcore Scientologist.
Yeah,
and
she defected. And,
and,
lost everything. Doesn't talk to her mother. There's
it's pretty messed up how Scientology works.
It's a cult. There's no doubt about that.
Oh man, listening to this book, you realize I knew it was kind of cultish and it was kind of weird and whatever, but this is pretty out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like a cult, honestly. Like they have levels. They have they're building.
It is a cult. It's a fucking cult.
Yeah,
but most all religions are a cult anyway, right? Like the Catholic Church.
I think I would agree with that too. But I think there's different levels. But I guess it depends on how much you apply the rules of this cult, right?
Yeah.
So some people are more lenient than others. You grow up I grew up as a Christian, and it's kind of funny. I was forced to go to church all my life, and
right?
I totally rejected it. As an adult, I totally went to the whole. I'm not going to say that I'm an atheist in a way because I'm not hardcore. I'm not really convinced that there's nothing.
Right. So you're agnostic. You just don't know.
Well, I just don't care. Honestly.
Thank you. That's what I am too. I wonder what that's called. I don't know and I don't fucking care.
Yeah. I'm a pretty strong agnostic, I would say, in the way that I don't. Some people say, "Oh, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual." I think that's a bit of bullshit too. Like make a choice, like decide. But at the same time, it's like. I don't need to know. That's the thing is I don't need to know that there's an afterlife or there's something after that's going to make me. I don't know.
But it's like Arif and I talked about. That's rare because most people are terrified when there are no answers.
And I think,
and the Bible and all these religious books give people the answers that they think they need. They don't fucking need them. Yeah. Enjoy the mystery. That's the way. That's my way of thinking. I enjoy not knowing how we got here. Yeah. Why we're here. What happens when we die?
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we don't know.
Okay.
Right? If I've got all the answers, well, look at them. They got the answers, and the answer is you have to live your life as good as you can. You can't do this. You can't do that. Yeah. Right? They got the answers, and it's a horrible equation. But they're like, no, I can't sin. I can't,
I think there's some good in religion, though. I can't say
I think there is. Listen, if we didn't have religion, Marcel, there'd be a lot of fucking lunatics just running wild. I think it keeps a lot of people in check.
Oh, yeah?
I think it is a positive.
You do? I wonder. That's something I never thought about. If religion creates...
I think it scares people into being good. Like maybe those who maybe would not be. Yeah, but religion's keeping them in check.
Like So do you think that in a global scheme of things, religion made more good than bad?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I mean, most of the wars up until the modern times, at least, and maybe even then, most of the wars are fought for religion.
Even a lot of now, right?
That's what I mean.
I mean, you get, some there. I don't remember where it was, but somebody got into a place and he said, "You're Christian, you're Muslim." If you said Christian, you get a bullet in the head, right?
Yeah. Well, look at Israel and Palestine right now.
So stuff like that is still very strong. And
I don't think it's a positive. I think it's been a negative on the world for sure. But I think devil's advocate. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
I think it does do a lot of good.
Yeah.
But probably overall, it's probably more cons than pros.
Well, that's the thing, is because I think that growing up Christian and with the Christian values, it kind of do well to others and all that. I think there's some good values to be learned. But that's just not necessarily. Doesn't need to be religion. Just being a fucking decent.
Yeah, that's right. They should just teach that in life class.
Yeah, like
be nice.
Yeah, like don't tell your son to go egg a house, right, Mark?
Yeah. And
being good in society.
I didn't do any of that. But no, you're absolutely right. And That brings me to, like, the education system that we have is fucking foolish. It's ridiculous. And all it does is prepare us for exactly what we're talking about, the 40-hour work week.
It does.
That's all it fucking does. Doesn't teach you how to cook. No. Doesn't teach you how to pay your fucking bills. Doesn't teach you how to get food. Oh. None of that fucking shit.
Teach you to be a cog in the...
Here's history as we want you to know it. It's not actually history. We're not going to tell you real history. You might be able to find it on your own, maybe. But we're not going to tell you that. Here's the history we want you to know. Here's the math we want you to know. Now get out there and work the rest of your life, you fucking dummy. 'Cause that's really all it is.
It's somebody said that if you get someone from the past, like you bring someone from X amount of years ago, I don't know how X is,
right?
But he said you'd bring him, put him right now in this time. The only thing he'd recognize would be the school system.
Yeah. That's scary,
you know. I've talked to teachers,
and that's isn't it scary? Because that's how much it's changed, right? Yeah, it's fucking
almost
terrible.
none, right?
Yeah.
So, and I asked some teacher friends, you know, do you believe that the school system today is getting kids ready for the world of tomorrow?
Right.
So, oh no, not even close.
No.
You know, like it's barely gets them to the school, you know, the world of yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you drastically change things, though? That's the other thing. Because people
you just got to do it. You got to do it. It's just like the legalization of weed. Just fucking do it, you know? That's what I love about Trudeau. He takes shit, but his vision was for the whole country. Because if you look at the states, how messy it is there. Oh, it's legal here in this state, but federally, it's still illegal. It's messy.
That's fucked up. But think about you know, the math. Like, you look at the you heard about the new math, right?
Yeah.
And how much people resisted that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. You see the way they do long division now. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, but you're part of the problem, Mark.
Am I?
Yes,
okay.
because they're
not the first time I've heard that, Marcel.
No, but they're trying to make math better for today's world.
Right, okay, I see what you're saying.
But people are saying it's fucking
resisting
bullshit.
It. Yeah.
You're saying it's bullshit. Yeah. No, that's not how you do long division.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm saying it's bullshit because my son asked me to help and I couldn't.
Well, I think
that's bullshit for me.
But honestly,
that may be a positive.
That's the problem, right? Because the way it is, it's made more to the way that you would think about it in your head.
Right.
You're doing math the way you would think about logically in your head how to solve this problem. And the issue is that people don't see it that way because they didn't learn it that way.
Yeah.
So it makes for a real big. It makes it difficult for people to accept it, and that's why we're not changing.
Yeah.
People don't want.
People don't like change, man. They don't like to accept change.
Yeah. I lost audio here and made
Did
it a bit weird, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, all right.
That connection was a bit loose. Yeah. Mine was sounding a little funny too. Okay. I think we're good.
Yeah. But so see, that's
a good point.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah, I did resist that change.
Yeah, and most people did, and I think they reverted back to a lot of it, back to what it was. But the thing is who fucking needs to do long division?
Yeah,
like, you know, I find it hilarious that you think about, you know, your teacher saying, "Well, Mark, you won't have a calculator in your pocket every day."
Yeah,
fuck you, I do.
Yeah, I do now, bitch. Yeah,
you know,
you were wrong.
Yeah.
Not only, see, I knew that. That's why I quit in grade 8. That's it. You know, I don't need this shit.
But not only do you have a calculator in your pocket, you have an encyclopedia in your pocket. You have the world of information in your pocket. But that's another problem, right? Because we're getting to depend on this.
We're getting lazy.
We don't need to work on it or learn anything. We don't
Chaos
need to
doesn't
memorize.
even know what a fucking encyclopedia is, right? Google is the encyclopedia.
It is.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, so much better too.
Yeah.
You know?
It really is.
But at the same time, we're not memorizing anything. If you don't use your memory, you're going to lose your memory. So that's a lot of things to think about. But I mean, the world is going faster than the school system can.
The technology is happening so rapidly. It's scary, you know. And I think that's what's happened with social media. It's my biggest beef right now, social media. I fucking like the phones, the social media, all of it's starting to drive me pretty fucking crazy, you know. And we're too reliant on it. I think we got it too quickly. I don't think we're ready for it. I don't think we're using the internet in the best ways right now.
For sure.
You know, I think it'll swing. Yeah. You know, I think it will change eventually. I think people are already starting to get sick of Facebook and things like that. It's still popular, wildly popular, obviously, but more and more people are like me, and they're turning it off and they're walking away from it.
Yeah.
And deleting that app and finding, hey, I got a lot more free time and way less stress in my life. You know?
Yeah, but
because it creates this false stress.
I agree.
Right? You open it up and something you see, it pisses you off, you disagree with it, it gets your emotions fucking going, and it's just a screen you're looking at. You know, it's not like we're having an interaction. You said something that pissed me off or that I have to react to or something like
it's or not, even deal or discuss it. You know, if I told you something that would have offended you on Facebook, but I tell you in person, you might tell me that it's bullshit, and we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
And we'll feel better both about
but I'm not going to call you a piece of fucking garbage. And, you know, I'm not going to do those things to your face where everybody's doing it online now.
I know.
Right?
And
it's crazy.
It makes it it makes things blow out of proportion because nobody understands the tone of what was being said. And coming back to what we said at the start, nobody can discuss anything anymore because everything blows out of proportion when in text, but in person you could have that discussion. And, you know, how many discussions have you had with your friends off the record about, you know, stuff like Louis, stuff like all this, like, you can have the real conversation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're comics, right? So when I sit down with other comics, it's, you know, racism, it's fucking, you know what I mean? It's misogynist, it's crazy.
And
right?
you know that it's just the discussion you're talking, and nobody kind of gets offended from it. But you put that in any kind of social media aspect, and then shit hits the fan.
Oh,
you know?
big time. Oh, yeah. The mob's coming for you. Big time. The mob's just waiting. It's always waiting. Right? Where is it going to be directed? Right now it's directed at Roseanne, right? The mob's
for sure
fucking directed there. Before it was Louis, before it was Weinstein. You know, it's always directed somewhere. What I hate about the fact that we're having most of our discussions online is people are losing conversation skills.
I think so.
It's becoming harder and harder to talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of curious if to change subject a bit. What do you think about autonomous driving?
I don't think it's ever going to catch on 100%.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it.
I think if it does, it's going to take a long time.
Really?
For everybody to go, okay, this is what we're doing. I don't think people love to be in control. You know, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
My wife called me a control freak last night, you know, and I fought her on it a little, and I was like, you're
right.
You're pretty accurate.
But I find it's interesting because I honestly think that autonomous driving is going to be one of the things that saves the most lives.
I couldn't agree more.
That we will see in our generation.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, for my job, for what I do, I would much prefer it because I'm always on the phone, right?
Well, that's the thing,
so while I'm driving, I'm Bluetooth the entire time. I
Yeah.
could be writing shit down. I could be sending emails, you know, getting stuff done. Yeah.
So that'd be so much better, and I think that is gonna, you know, I could eat my butter chicken, safely.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
Because we live in this world where you have to do all these things together. There's a crunch for time because everybody wants time, and I think that most jobs require more time. They want, you know, more of your time for less money. I think that's that kind of you know, business plan, right?
For sure.
So if you can kind of get a bit of free time of eating while you're driving, well, then you're saving that 15 minutes that it would took me to eat my meal if I ate it while I was driving.
Well, just driving to and from work, like I'm 20 minutes each way, right?
Yeah.
That's 40 minutes of my life. I could be, you know, doing whatever I would be doing if I had free time at this time.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
which would probably be on my phone, checking something, right?
Yeah.
And,
but the other thing, if we look at phones again, is that, you know, before they used to read the newspaper in the subway, now everybody's looking at their phone.
See, that's the thing. You see those pictures, right, where they'll say, like, the side-by-side meme where everyone's looking at their phones and then everyone's looking at the newspaper. But it wasn't, that's a picture. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. Like, I grew up before phones.
Okay.
I rode the bus a lot when I was a kid. No one was reading fucking newspapers on the bus. Very rare. The odd person here and there. The odd person would have a book, a magazine, you know. But most of the time, they were either talking to each other or looking out the window or, you know, something like that.
You know, I agree. Were they really talking to each other? That's what I'm wondering. I feel like.
Well, in my experience, right?
Okay.
From the time I was, let's say, 12 years old till, you know, 17.
Okay.
I was riding the bus all the time.
All right.
And people were fucking talking to each other.
Okay.
It wasn't, hey, listen, not always a great thing.
Yeah.
I got a bit about elevators and how, you know, this guy gets in the elevator and everyone's on their phone. He's like, nobody talks to each other on an elevator anymore. I'm like, I don't have to fucking talk to you now.
Yeah.
I got a fucking phone now. And the bit actually says, unless you and I are talking about hunting and blowjobs, I'm not interested because I got hunting and blowjobs right here, you know, all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's, you know, it comes back to that. You probably don't want to talk to these fucking people, particularly on the bus.
Yeah.
You know,
and I agree.
Not usually the most savory people.
But and then I wonder what's the link between these phones and us not being social? Because I think it was you on one of your episodes talking about how you don't want to know your neighbors. You just want to. Was it? Or maybe was it? Just
It was Shane. Shane actually said that.
Exactly.
Yeah, last week. He's like, I don't want to know my neighbors.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? I wish I knew my neighbors better. It's kind of I don't know. I feel it's something that's missing. Like, why not?
I disagreed with him. Yeah, I disagreed with him. I don't know my neighbor over here. I haven't met him.
Yeah.
I've lived here for almost 3 months.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen him. No idea who he is. And I should, because if someone's breaking into my house, I want this guy looking out for me.
That's right.
And vice versa, you know.
And be friendly.
We've lost community.
Yeah.
Our community now is online. And it's, I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if either. It's like my front door neighbor moved in, I don't know, like 4 months ago. And I've rarely see her because she drives in her garage And
So she's direct into the house,
Yeah.
never outside.
No, exactly,
Yeah.
right? So she there's a package that got sent in my mailbox that was hers, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go bring it to her. And I see her driving I see her drive in her yard, drives in her garage. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go now. I know that she's there. So I get out, like maybe I give her a minute to get inside. I get there, and the car's still running in the garage, and I'm thinking like, geez, is she killing herself? The car was running for like, I waited at the door for like 2 minutes, and I heard the car running. I'm like, you know
what it was? She's probably still on her fucking phone.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because my wife will do that. She'll pull up and she'll be out there 10 minutes. I'm like, is she never coming in or what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on?
But she
and I
had
look
the-
out and her mouth is just just going, right?
But she had the car running in the garage. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
it's
like,
not safe.
it's not a great idea.
Yeah.
You know this.
Well, and that's to my point. The phones are making people a little stupider.
Well, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So I waited at the door. So I heard the car turn off. I'm like, all right, she's gonna come in.
Right.
I wait like an extra minute. Nothing. I'm like, well, fuck this shit. Like I've been waiting 3 minutes at the
Yeah,
door. So
I'm just gonna leave it right here.
I put the package in the door, close it, and then I think like, that was a great opportunity to meet her. But I guess
she fucked it up.
I only had 3 minutes of patience.
That's it, right? Well, it comes back to time, right?
Yeah.
You worked all day.
That's right.
Now it's your fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes back. Yeah.
What are you doing with your time mostly?
It's kind of interesting. Lately, I've been squandering a lot of my time, and I hate that.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I haven't been working on anything really productive. Something that you'd enjoy. I went fishing, boat fishing on the
Nice.
Miramichi.
Here we go. Now we're
last
going to
week.
talk fishing. Here we
Oh,
go.
my God. It ruined fishing. It fucking ruined fishing for me because it was so good.
Because you're a shore fisherman mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was on the boat, and we got to the spot, and it was pretty bad. I'm thinking, like, fuck, we fished there for like an hour and a half, and I'm thinking, like, I came to Miramichi, just my luck, no fucking fish.
Yeah.
And I could even see, like, sometimes you could see them. You could see schools passing.
Yeah.
They didn't want to bite after anything. I'm like, so frustrated. And then I told the guys, so maybe we should move. I mean, we've been here an hour and a half. I can just
Same spot?
Yeah.
In a boat?
Yeah.
Oh, I would never spend an hour anywhere in a boat.
Yeah, I think that was a bad move. But anyways, he's pretty new to it, so I told I said let's move. So we move. We get to this spot because I saw like further along like people were like hauling fish. Like let's go where they are. You know?
Yeah.
And we get there, and for like 4 hours solid, it was like 2 out of 3 casts that you catch.
Fucking right.
You catch this big striper, and we caught like I you don't count anymore, and I'm sure it was over 50, probably less than 100.
Stripers?
Yeah.
Jesus,
And-
what a fun day that must have fucking been.
And they can't, like, honestly, like, I don't think 10% were less than a keeping size. Like, all of them were, like, over 20 inches.
Did you keep a bunch?
We kept 6 because that's the legal limit, right?
Oh, okay, not tidal water.
No.
Yeah.
They are tidal waters, yeah. But
They have a limit in tidal water too?
Yeah, 6,
No
three
shit.
per person.
Yeah, okay.
So 2 of us, and it was, like, at what, like...
But 3 stripers, man,
Yeah,
that's pretty good meals.
And good, like, all over 60 centimeters. Like, all big, all the kind of max size stripers that we were catching, right?
Yeah.
Because it was, like, some were pulling the boat. Like, I swear, like, you caught a striper, and it was like, you're holding onto it, the rod, like, all bent, and you're fucking reeling, and it's just, the reel's just gearing, because the fish is going, and at one point, one was pulled, the 2 of them that actually pulled the boat, you feel the boat turning, like, oh, this is kind of
Fucking
interesting.
right, yeah.
So, it blew me away how much fun it was to get like that. We started just still chit-chatting, and you're hauling this big ass striper, and you're just chit-chatting like it's normal,
Yeah.
But,
well, after you catch so many, right?
That's the
After
thing.
that's happened so many
Yeah.
times, you're like, there's another one, you know.
Because at the start it was like, oh, I got a big one, get the net, and I was like, geez, I'm fucking just netting your fish. I want to fish too,
Yeah.
But it was his boat, so be respectful. Of
Yeah.
that.
Well, your turn's coming too, right? That's the way fishing goes.
Hoping that it stays like that, because you never know. Like, this is maybe a big school, but at that point, like, we were seeing them all the time, like huge schools. We thought thousands and thousands of fish. But the thing is we realized that they wanted top water lures. So basically, we had like light lures just swimming on top of the water, and that's the other fun thing is they jumped after the lure, right? Because the lure is on top of the water, so you see.
Do stripers jump once you got them hooked?
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a few that jump like a feet away from the water that trying to escape, but but they'll jump, like they'll grab the lure and usually
then
try
dig
to
down.
bring it down.
Yeah.
But it was at one point they were close, like they would get close to the boat, so I was just kind of luring him with the lure, just bringing him, kind of seeing that he was like wanting to nibble at it, and I saw him right like from me to you grab onto the lure and fuck off with
Those
it.
are the best, man. Those are the best.
man.
That happened to me on Sunday with a really good sized pickerel. I was bringing the lure in. I could see the lure, and I'm just fucking around with the action, going, okay, what happens if I pull it this hard? Just fucking around.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, this big pickerel came up and fucking crushed it and fucked right off with it. Oh, it was beautiful.
It just like That's what it kind of ruined, because in Shediac right now there's small little schoolie fishes, and it's all right, but once you get from that Miramichi experience, that would just blew me away of how this is world class.
Especially boat fishing. Like people don't realize, like when you're fishing from the shore, it's fun and all that, right? But you're also dealing with a lot of bugs. There's other fucking people around. When you're out in a boat, you fucking feel like you're out fishing, and you have a better opportunity to catch way bigger fish.
That's right, exactly, because you can go find them, right?
Yeah, and you don't get bored. Your legs don't get fatigued. It's fucking way better all around. Yeah.
It's just,
I don't fish from shore.
No. Okay. Yeah. See, that's fun. But that's another thing, right? You want to get a boat. That's an investment.
Yeah,
and
you got to work to get it.
Yeah, just the truck to haul it. You're lucky you get a truck for that work truck that you got there.
No, that's my truck.
Okay,
I just bought that truck.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about it in the intro of this podcast.
Yeah,
so.
cool.
Yeah, we won't burn too much of it.
Yeah.
It's a sweet fucking truck.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, see, I don't have a truck, so to get if I want to get a boat can get a smaller boat, I guess, but you can't haul a whole lot of motor on a car, right? 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, but if you had like a 14-foot aluminum boat with like a 20 or 25 on it or something, your car will tow that for sure.
Yeah. I was out in luxury there. This guy got a brand new bass boat there, a $20,000 boat that it was just such a good
like carpeted floor.
Yeah. The nice swivel seats that you're sitting,
pedestal seats.
Yeah. You swing 360 degrees around that boat. You
got the pedal trolling motor in the front too. He's decked right out.
That was just
live wells.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was fun. Like you catch a keeper after we caught a few, and then we're like, all right, well those were like keepers, like let's say over 50 centimeters, and then we're like, that was kind of small, huh? From the live well, out you go.
Yeah, just switch them out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just keep replacing them with the bigger fish.
Yeah. At one point, we got one that he had like a kind of piece of wood that had like 50 centimeters, 65 centimeters, and one was like over the freaking hold. Like it was at least like 70, 75 centimeter long.
Holy
Jesus. I mean, you're getting a bass that's, it's a fucking bass, right? So,
yeah.
A good time. Anyways.
Sunday, my buddy caught a almost 5-pound smallmouth bass.
Okay.
Oh, man, he jumped so many times in the water, too.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll show you a picture while we're talking. It was an impressive. It's the biggest smallmouth I've seen since I moved back here.
Sounds like really big for a smallmouth bass.
Yeah, it was a good size.
So I've never fished anything else but striped bass. I guess smallmouth.
There's that smallmouth.
Oh,
there.
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a good fucking size.
Yeah.
But we caught. I caught about 100 pickerel about that size that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pickerel I heard is a lot of fun too. Like.
Oh fuck yeah.
So you fish? Is there so what's a good fishing day? How many fish do you get like on a good?
So on Sunday, and it was pretty crazy weather. It was cold. Cold front had just come in.
Yeah.
It was pretty windy. We were on tidal water, Kingston Creek, and I probably caught, I'm going to say 25 pickerel, about that size I showed you.
Okay.
And maybe 5 or 6, like good size one, like 30-inch.
Yeah.
30-inch pickerel.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean when you're out in a boat and you can get like to the weed line and places like that.
And that's a good amount, really. Like to get that many in one outing is
and
a
probably
good
caught
day.
as many perch as well. There's a lot of perch, but that's pretty typical. And I caught one smaller bass, about half the size of that one.
Okay.
And he caught that only bass.
Okay.
So the bass are quite rare.
Yeah. So do they bite? Like you try for a fish, and depending on the lure, or you kind of?
I only use one lure.
Oh yeah.
Just one. So when I was in Ontario, and most of the species out there, it's walleye, it's pike and muskie. I was using a lot of rapalas.
Yeah.
Right. And moved down here. No idea how to fish down here. I didn't fish before I left here. Never fished in my life. I was just a hunt, just like to hunt. All my friends fish, and I was like, fishing's for women. I like to hunt, Oh, Jesus, look at this striper. Holy fuck, man. Oh,
that was the biggest one that we got that day.
That's a beautiful striper.
Just monsters, huh?
Fuck yeah, man.
They were all like huge fish. Like I couldn't believe
beautiful
how,
day too. Like beautiful area. Look at that. That's a nice picture.
It was basically just the best fucking day. Like
perfect day.
I couldn't believe how nice of a day, but it's still like, that's probably the biggest one that I got.
Oh, that's a fucking great. What a great picture! A big smile on your face, man. That's a great picture.
It's just day after day, or just cast after cast of getting these big fish. That just the guy I was with, like, take a video. He says, "We are Miramichi," whatever. He does the whole big introduction.
Yeah,
says we're catching him like crazy. He catch one right away.
Like,
like it's just all like bam, bam. It's like you know, it was a good day. It was spawning, right? It basically, they closed it like 2 days after because it was spawning people.
Yeah,
so
it was
right
perfect timing.
Oh, yeah. It was a perfect day. And...
Yeah, we had a great day Sunday. It was in spots, it was fucking freezing cold.
Yeah.
So when it clouded over and stuff, the bite went off a little bit. As soon as the sun broke, man, the fish were hitting hard. Nice. They were hitting hard.
Nice.
And the bass are spawning right now, like the smallmouth.
Okay.
And we could see them in the weed beds. They're jumping up and they're playing around and they're fucking around, but not many of them were biting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but it's so funny. Now I owe my buddy a bunch of money, so I caught this big pickerel. And, of course, we were smoking our breakfast and everything. And so I was feeling pretty good out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get this. My buddy nets it, hands me the net. I grab the net. I get the lure out of this guy's mouth. But before I did, I had to put the spreader in, right?
Okay.
Put the spreader in, spreads his jaws. Now, it's my buddy's spreader. I got one, too. It's in my tackle box. His is right beside me. I'm grabbing it. I grab his pliers. I get the lure out. I hand him my phone. I'm like, here, take a picture. It was a fucking monster, right? And I hand him my phone. I pick the pickerel up by the gills, take the spreader out of his mouth, and throw the spreader right in the fucking lake. My buddy starts laughing. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Take the picture. He's like, you just threw my spreaders in the fucking lake. And I looked down at the fish, and I looked out at the lake. I'm like, oh, fuck, I did, didn't I?
And then you wonder, like, what did you think you were throwing out?
I have no fucking
idea. Because even the lure, you wouldn't want to chug the lure out.
No. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, Marcel. So anyway, now I owe him a fucking spreader.
Yeah.
But so then about like 20, and did we laugh about that. We laughed so hard, I never got a picture of the fish.
Yeah.
We were laughing too hard. So anyway, about 20 minutes later, my buddy tears into this big fucking smallmouth bass. I'm like, sweet, man, I'm going to keep it and eat it. This is a fucking great meal. Well, I had already caught a bass, a smaller one before that. We put him on the chain. Put the chain through the little hole for where the oars sit in.
Okay.
And just had him on the side of the boat. Keep him alive, right? Anyway, he gets this big fish, and I'm like, fucking put him on the chain. He goes down to see the chain. Chain's gone.
No more fish.
He lost a fucking spreader. He lost a chain. And now somewhere in that lake, a big fucking bass is...
Second wind there.
I hope that someone fucking catches him with that chain in his mouth.
Yeah.
That'd be a great fucking story for that person.
The guy I was fishing with, there's one bass that got away with his lure.
Right.
And at one point, we're looking in the water. He's like, that's my fucking lure. He saw the bass swimming close to the boat
he actually
with the
see
lure
it?
in his mouth.
That's
like,
hilarious.
That was just like, it's like, get the net, try to get him. But, you can't. Like, you can't put a net in the water, hope the bass there, they free and swim away so fast.
Oh, yeah.
That was the funny part, though. Like, if you had a lure inside the water going next to them, they would swim away. They would just be scared of that lure. Like, But Miramichi's so fished. Like, it's, on the water.
A lot of fishing pressure.
That's probably like 100 boats on the water. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's why I go. My favorite lake is McManus Lake, just off the highway by Hampton. Nobody goes in there, man. And you can throw a tin can lid in there and fish will fucking hammer it.
Oh, yeah.
Big fucking pickerel in there.
That's fun.
Biggest pickerel I've seen coming out of that lake.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to get into. Like, it's nearly impossible. You got to have four-wheel drive and you got to have, big rubber boots if you want to get a boat in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got a nice truck now.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that truck I probably won't take down there. No.
The new stuff is always kind of, it's like my girlfriend got a nice Subaru Forester, but right now
nice.
it's a nice SUV, right?
Yeah.
Once it gets like 5, 6, 7 years old,
then you can start beating her through the woods, finding fishing holes.
Yeah, that's a good vehicle to be doing something like that.
That's
with,
right. Yeah,
so,
like that. This truck I just bought is 10 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it looks really nice.
Oh, it looks fucking brand new, man.
Yeah.
Inside is fucking mint.
Nice.
I got a good fucking deal there. But I put enough wear and tear on it just driving it around for my job.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat it through the woods.
Okay.
It's too nice.
Yeah.
My old truck, the S10, fuck, man, I had that in some crazy places. Like, no business being in those places with a truck.
It's part of the fun of having a truck, right?
Yeah, well, the nice thing is I can always take my my bike, put it on the trailer, haul it close to where I need to go, and then I can haul the trailer with my bike.
Yeah.
Right? So I can have a boat in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
I can have my bike in the trailer, take them both, and then use the bike to move the boat around.
At least you use your truck, right? I hate people getting trucks and not they have a truck just to have a truck.
Yeah, they have a truck because they have too much money and they don't care about the fuel.
Yeah.
Because honestly, my truck, man, she eats fucking fuel.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the thing, right? That's
like crazy. If I didn't need a truck or want a truck, I certainly wouldn't have to have a fucking, Hyundai XL or something, right?
Yeah. I like how I remember I had an uncle. He said the more horses in the field, the more expensive it is to feed them. Right?
That's right.
So
yeah. Same with vehicles. Yeah. Same deal.
You don't need if you. But that's.
I don't know. Like for me, I almost always have a reason to have the truck.
Yeah.
Like it's just even if you got some garbage you got to get rid of. You know what I mean? If I was, I don't put my garbage out for the city to take.
Yeah.
Like they will come take it. I don't do that. I got access to a lot of dumpsters, and I hate coming home to garbage strewn everywhere because the crows got into it or the raccoons so I don't leave garbage out at the fucking road.
You have to pay here, right, to get your garbage taken care
No.
of? No?
No.
That changed?
Yeah, it's free, but only 2 bags.
Oh, yeah?
2 bags per week, I think, so you can put 4 out bi-weekly.
Yeah.
I don't do that because I don't want crows eating my shit and fucking making a mess. So before I was taking them and putting them in the back of my Jeep Patriot.
Yeah.
Then the whole fucking thing stinks like garbage. Now I just throw it in the back of the truck, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, because I
gotta have a truck.
I actually lived like really close to here when I was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I lived off White Horse Drive there before.
Okay, yeah.
So I lived there for 2 years, and I didn't like St. John that much, so I
You
came
did?
back.
You didn't like this area?
Well, I like the area
Because this is not St. John.
No,
this is a
I
big
agree.
leap from
Yeah,
St. John.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a really nice place. Like I wanted to have a place like Quispam closer to Moncton.
Yeah,
Just because everybody I knew was in Moncton, and I like the coast.
Is there? Do they not have like a Quispamsis?
I find Shediac is really.
Well, there you go. You already found it. But how far away is Shediac from
like
Moncton?
20 minutes. It's a
That's
really
not bad.
It's
That's
just
pretty close.
It's a bit smaller than Quispam Rossi kind of combined is.
Yeah.
But it got like
It's a
was
beautiful little town.
Yeah, and it got better. Like it got to the kind of same point that where Quispam Rossi was. It's kind of the same thing. You have everything that you need because there's no Walmart in Quispam Rossi, right?
No.
See, so that's kind of similar to Shediac, right?
They've been fighting it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
they don't
The
want
residents
it.
here
Okay.
don't want
yeah,
it here.
Yeah, I
right?
can see that.
Yeah.
But so it's, close enough to town. The only thing that, and I'm not sure if it's better now, but there was no good food in Quispam Rossi when I was
Yeah, there's still not.
Yeah. See, you go to St. John for food, and St. John, to me, has probably like some of the best foods in Atlantic Canada.
It's
so
good.
It
Yeah.
has actually really, really good food, much better than Moncton. From what I
Moncton's
had.
got the keg, though. I do love the keg.
The keg is good, yeah. I enjoy ethnic foods a lot. Like, I find that a lot of Asian food is really good. Like, I like the curries and stuff like that. So I heard
See, I don't fuck around with that shit, the Thai stuff. And,
yeah. Do you have it, though?
Nah.
You have to have it, though.
I've had it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
I prefer a donair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donair is pretty good.
From Pizza Delight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza Delight has pretty decent donairs. But not the best. Like, you get.
Oh, they got the best.
You find that Pizza
for
Delight
me,
has
for
the best
me,
donairs?
I like their sauce. I like it that they do it on a pizza dough.
Yeah.
Just something about I've always loved it though.
But the quality of the donair itself, there has to be a good donair place in St. John, I figure.
Oh,
Moncton
there
has
are
a
many.
few,
There are many.
Get like a Panzerotti, like a donair pizza place, and get like a Panzerotti with better quality donair. Like there's much better quality donair.
Oh, I'm sure. But for me,
Yeah.
for me, it's the best. And like when I moved away from here, first I was in Edmonton, then I was in Ontario. You can't find a good donair.
Yeah.
You leave the Maritimes.
That's right.
You're
Well,
fucking beat for donairs.
It is a
you
kind
know?
of maritime thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the sauce. The donair sauce is
Yeah.
a maritime thing because you can get like a gyro, which is similar.
Yeah, but
Sometimes
it's
a-
tzatziki sauce.
Yeah. But I guess the meat is a bit different. Something like one of them has lamb. I think the
gyro has lamb.
Has lamb.
Yeah.
Lamb beef a mix.
Yeah.
But you can make donair. Do you know that? Like there's.
Oh, Jamie makes it all the time.
Yeah,
She makes her own sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a process.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fucking work to make
it's,
donair.
it's hard on your hands, I find, to mix the beef with all the seasoning because it's easier to do it by. It's not easier, but it kind of works best if you do it by hand. But
Yeah,
it
actually works
tiresome.
best if you drive to Pizza Delight and go, hey, I'll take a large super.
for sure.
Way easier. But then again, what we're talking about, right? You lose even more the connection to food.
That's right. And I honestly think that if we would be closer to food, we would waste less because it's so easy to
We
waste
value
food.
it more, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like same with my son too, right? Like he's been working for the last 6-7 months.
Yeah.
And he's been getting obviously his own paychecks. And he said to me the other day, he's like, you're always telling me that money doesn't grow on trees. He's like, now I get it.
Yeah.
He's like, I get my paycheck and it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
He's like, now he sees the value of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think until we lose, Sobeys in the superstore, until we lose that, nobody's going to value food.
But do you think that
Human life, I believe, in my opinion, is the same fucking way.
Yeah.
There's so many people on this earth now. We put zero value on life. Like we'll read an article, oh, another active shooter, and he fucking mowed down 13 people, and we just move on to the next fucking, you know what I mean? It's in the news cycle for maybe 24 hours, and then it's it's just another shooter. Yeah.
Well,
but all these people have died.
Yeah.
You know, we don't give a shit.
But at the same time, that's always happened, like throughout history, that's always happened. Maybe, but now we just know about it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, knowing about it makes it worse because
you don't think the value of life has gone down?
Not necessarily. No, I mean, the population is growing.
Yeah.
But we're not growing that much here. And honestly, like it'd be good for us to get more people coming in because there's not we have a lot of people retiring and living in old age and not enough people like the baby boomers, as much as they want to call the millennials lazy, like they created a system that was great for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to retire with some kind of social security and there's not enough millennials and whatnot to create enough money to support these guys,
Yeah.
And plus that with medical advancement that we're making these guys live longer,
way longer,
and at a huge cost. I mean, no person costs a lot of money, and it's a strain on the system. So honestly, like I think the baby boomers made a system that's great for them, but it's kind of sucky for the next generation coming up. So
that's right.
But hopefully, but if we get immigration, then we could kind of fix that. But then we're just extending the problem further and further.
Yeah.
Right? So
I think what this province needs is to try to populate the places in between the places.
Yeah.
Because everything becomes so expensive here because the cities are so spread out.
Yeah.
So it costs a lot of money to get something from Moncton to St. John.
Yeah.
And I think we feel, and to maintain those roads where no one's living, no one's paying any taxes, like, on the highway from here to Miramichi, no one's paying taxes for those roads. So it falls back on us, right? So I think they need to fill in those gaps a little bit to make it a little easier for everybody.
That probably would. That's a great idea. And the other thing is, like, just to make people realize how cheap it would be to do that, too. Like, to get a land, like, get something between Hampton and...
Offer the people their own land.
Yeah.
Just offer it to them. Hey, if you populate this area, here's your spot, and away you go.
But somebody probably owns that land, right? It's probably cheap now.
Yeah,
and
the queen owns it all.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that. But then you think about, it's kind of unfair. I was watching some documentaries on Netflix. It was pretty interesting. And one was about the income gap between the white and the blacks. And I thought it was really interesting because you think about land ownership and how much money and value that land ownership gave the people who owned the land. And you think about people who are rich in any area. A lot of them were landowners, right?
Yeah.
So that land... That value in that land gets basically passed down to younger generations. So that's kind of how, there's just no denying that if you're born white and you benefited from a lot of the wealth that your ancestors gained for you. Right?
Oh, certainly.
So, they're starting the race way behind. And it's kind of interesting because you do see that. Like, it's easy to see how land was valuable. And then I wonder, like, is there land that I should buy somewhere? Are we still living in this gold rush of land where we could buy land and sell it back? And
land's always going to have value, right?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, and
especially
really
Canada,
with
a place where people want to go. Right?
Yeah, well, and overpopulation is driving the value of land up even more.
Yeah,
right. There's more and more people, less and less land. Obviously,
But I think that we in New Brunswick here are probably sitting on some kind of gold mine where land is still relatively really cheap.
Oh yeah, it's very cheap. I'm actually waiting right now for. I applied for a 100-year lease.
Okay,
have you heard of this?
No.
So you can apply for it. The government will give you 1 acre.
Okay.
Right, I think you pay $300 for the 100 years.
Yeah,
and you can pass it down one generation.
Okay,
and they give you 1 acre, so you pay $300 plus you have to have it surveyed.
Okay,
and that's about $700-800.
Yeah,
so you're looking at $1,000-1,100 for 1 acre. It's yours, and it's surrounded by crown land.
Okay,
so you own this, and you can hunt all this fucking crown land. So I'm waiting for a spot on that. Yeah,
but then.
Because you can build on it, right? I mean, there's restrictions. You can only build so much. You only cover so much of that acre.
Okay.
But yeah, it's yours to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
But I guess you can't sell it for profit.
You cannot sell it. Okay. No. They still own it. It's a lease.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Which is what I'm thinking. Like, if you buy land, like buying land, are we still living in a kind of gold rush of buying land?
I think so.
So, but it's still always risky. I guess whoever bought land, in the past, you think about waterfront land. Just a few generations ago, they would say, "I don't want waterfront land. It's so windy and it's annoying."
Yeah.
We'll get something waterfront right now, like in Quisman, like along the fucking river.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like,
Good luck.
Yeah, rocks.
Yeah.
I remember when I was here like 10 years ago, to get a waterfront lot was like $300,000.
Yeah.
Like $200 to $300,000.
Yeah.
Along the Kennebunk River there.
Oh, yeah.
Which are really nice properties, but
Yeah.
like paying $200-300,000 just for
My
the
mother,
property.
we had her family home was waterfront on a lake. She just sold it.
Okay.
Just sold it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you have I don't remember when you lived in Ross Did you have a water view from your house?
Oh, yeah. I was just across the road from the river.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's my house, the road, the railroad tracks, the river.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not exactly waterfront, but right at the fucking water.
It's like-
I do miss that view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
'cause
miss that view.
The Kennebunk River is beautiful.
It's beautiful, especially where I was, man. It's a beautiful fucking area
Yeah.
there in the cove.
Plus, you got the government taking. I guess on the river is not so much but still it could flood and all that. But think about I like the ocean front in Shediac and something like that. But then it's expensive to break water, right?
Yeah.
The waves and the rising tides, and
Yeah.
it makes for being really expensive to be on. That's the only thing that I want to buy. That's the only thing that I'd want. Then the hot tub, I'd really enjoy having a hot tub. But having land like waterfront land would be really nice, but it's so expensive. To think about how much of my time I have to trade.
Yeah,
buy
for
that
that.
waterfront land.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
thinking,
doing, I love it that you're doing the math in the sense of your time.
Oh, it's all about your time. It's all,
Man, but that's scary to sit down and go, okay, I need X amount of dollars,
which
is going to cost me this much of my, life, essentially.
No,
right?
obviously. Yeah.
You're I'm selling this part of my life.
Yeah.
For this boat or this whatever, right?
And how many ticks do you have left, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I talked about it this last time, but my whole thing, I'm not sure if we have time still.
Oh, we got time.
My whole thing is that when I was 25, so I grew up my whole life working for tomorrow, right? I grew up, I did well in school, so, people encourage you to go to university. I fucking hated school at that point. So I did 3.5 years of high school, and I had all the credits I needed to graduate. So I just stopped going, and I started working.
Nice.
So I was working in a grocery store, and they were jerking me around. They were like, oh, we didn't make a whole lot this week, so you can only work 8 hours this week.
Oh,
Shit
boy.
like that. I'm thinking, is this what working is? So then it kind of motivated me to go back to school to get more education, to do something. So I went into engineering. So I didn't really like engineering. School was kind of fun because I was popular in school. I was popular at university. I never was in school, but at university, I was able to kind of shed the skin and
nice.
So that was fun. That was a great year. First year university was amazing, but the courses were hard as shit.
I imagine
it was very so. Then you kind of start. I started less partying, more studying, but I was doing it. Saying like tomorrow's going to be better. First year is like, oh, it's just first year. Second year is going to be engineering courses. It's going to be more.
Once I get this done and I get into the field, it's going to be way better.
It was always something like that, right? The second year is like, once we get more applied, engineering is going to be better. And then in a while, you're like, well, I did 3 years. I finished 3 years. I'm kind of pot committed now, or 4 years. Like I got 5 to do. I might as well finish because I'm pot committed to it. Then I got jobs, and jobs, they say, oh, once you get a job, it's going to be better. It's not like you're in school. That job sucked. Like, it was the same as being in school. You're sitting at a desk all day, doing shit you don't care about. It was exactly like being in school. Just that you had to wake up at 8 every day or 7 every day to go to work, and then you finish. So, anyways,
compensated a little better though, at least.
Compensated much better. So I was working in St. John here, and I got a call from my dad. Called me and said my uncle just passed away. My uncle was an engineer as well, just retiring. He's and pancreatic cancer. It's just 1 year, right? Yeah. So it's so fast, and I think what happens right then and there. I was 25. I was actually I was like a business supper, so it was kind of nice, fun event in a way. But at the same time, I was still at work at 9 p.m. thinking about my uncle who just worked his whole life to retire, to retire, and he's finally there. The door's right there.
It's all over,
and that's it.
Yeah,
and I thought about
it's terrifying to think about.
No, but I thought about it. I'm like, what happens right now if I'm driving home? I'm going from St. John to Quispam, right here on White Horse Drive, and I get hit by a truck. I hit a moose. That's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. I spent those past 25 years, which seemed like a fucking long time when you're 25.
Sure.
And
not so much now.
Well, less, you know. So I think about that whole 25-year period. I feel I worked it for a good retirement, or for exact. So I was working for retirement, and retirement might never come. You never know, So it hit me like a ton of bricks. I realized if the retirement's never a guarantee, then why am I working towards this goal that's up there?
I'm going to spend 40 years of my life working, planning that may not even happen.
And
tomorrow
then,
might not happen. Right?
But then what too, right? Because everything else has kind of been a lie.
Yeah.
Everything that saying that it's going to be better tomorrow has always been a fucking lie.
That's right.
Tomorrow has never been better. It was always kind of the same.
But in 40 years, I'm going to be laughing.
So I feel if you work your whole life and you end up doing that way and you end up retiring, then you feel bored because you don't know what to do with your life because you didn't grab, it's exaggerating a bit because you can find
no, but that's true, and
but
you're probably passing up on most of the hobbies that would be a full passion, like a comedy or something like that. I mean, I'm doing that right now, right? Like comedy is a passion of mine, but I got to make fucking money.
Well, that's the thing, and I honestly, my job has hurt a whole lot for my whole creative career. Right?
Yeah,
I stopped since good reason that I stopped comedy and podcast is my job kind of makes it weird or hard to commit to things.
Yeah,
so I don't. So by not committing, I don't put the work because that's how I work. I would commit to something and put the work to fulfill that commitment. But now I can't commit to things,
so you don't do the work at all.
Right?
Yeah.
So and all excuses, I agree, but still kind of a bit of the reality of what things are.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're wired that way, right? So that is the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looking back, so now at 25, after that happened, I quit my job.
No shit.
I can't do this. Like, this is not like I didn't like what I was doing.
Maybe a bit of an overreaction.
Well, maybe yes,
but maybe the right move.
But it just kind of everything came that I need to find. But the thing is that 10 years, like it's going to be 10 years now from that moment.
Yeah,
and it's probably it's probably like right about this time 10 years ago where I had this realization. But I've been like on and off jobs. Like I've been at this job for like a year and a half, and it's the longest that I've ever been stayed at a job. Right. So it's really been a kind of, and I can't say that I found it either, though. That's the thing, right? 10 years later, after all this searching, after I'm a Hired by Passion podcast was exactly what I was trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Find this passion, find something that's passionate enough that I want to follow, but it's been hard to find. So I want to speak. I know that I want to speak. I want to entertain. But it's hard to make a living at those two things.
Yeah.
So you kind of take the safer route out, right? But still, at the same time, I hate that I'm working because society kind of expects me to work, I've been blessed that I can work a bit and save a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully I might get back into a period where I can try things and mini retirements. That's what I'm wondering, right? Working for 3 years, taking a few years off. So
shit, I did that for a little while when I moved here. I worked at the refinery for a while. I got laid off there, and once the unemployment rolled in, I was like, I'm gonna finally get into comedy. Yeah, right. And I've done that 3 times actually since I got into comedy. I've taken 10-month retirements, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Right.
But people kind of frown upon that. Like you're expected to work 40 hours a week every week. And
it's just, man, everybody has the same way of fucking thinking. But I think with the generations coming up, I think it's going to change. You know what I mean? I think they're looking at their parents going, I don't want to be stuck doing fucking 40-hour work week and miserable and coming home and watching TV until it's time to go to sleep and get up tomorrow and do the same fucking thing. It's just, we're wasting our lives. Yeah. We really are wasting our lives.
Buying things that we don't need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're so comfortable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you look at the houses we live in, we live in these houses that could comfortably be twice the amount of people living in these houses,
Oh, definitely. I could have 6-7 people living here. Yeah.
See, so,
my last house was 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're 3.
Yeah.
But we're all living in houses. Well, I can't say we're all living in it, but it's we're and I guess if people are listening from all these big cities, they'll be like, "Fuck you, living in San Diego. They're living in a fucking apartment and saying,
sardines.
I'm paying twice the amount in rent that you're paying for your mortgage and living in this little friggin' sardine can." But
you're gonna hear it from the San Diego listeners.
But I don't. But I guess the states are probably like, if you move to a remote area, you can probably buy land for really cheap. Like, you go to Wyoming and you get a friggin' an acre of land for next to nothing. But at the same time, is you don't have work, right? So that's online work.
That's what, like my dream life is doing this for a living, podcasting and living in the fucking woods. By my own means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd still need internet and all that. I still gotta do a fucking podcast.
That's right.
That's my dream.
Yeah. Off-grid living.
Yeah. But I want to live away from people in the woods where there's, and I can go out if I'm hungry and I don't have any meat. I go shoot a deer. I put it in the freezer. Away we go.
Yeah. But you're a fairly social guy, even if you kind of have that angry persona. I think that you enjoy being with people. I think if you enjoy doing this podcast, that means you enjoy doing the
right? I enjoy people. a lot more of one-on-one.
Yeah.
I don't like groups of people.
Okay.
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even if I go to a comedy show, I don't mind a comedy show. Like Jamie and I were talking about this last night. And this is where the control freak thing came up, because we were talking about, I think we started talking about Shane and his mental illness and what we were talking about. And she said, you're a control freak. That's why you hate crowds.
Okay.
I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you can't control everything that's going on. That's why you hate crowds. And I said, well, thanks for the diagnosis, but I'm not sure if it's accurate. But if I'm around 20 people that I know, that I don't mind that so much. I'd rather it be 3 or 4 rather than 20.
Yeah.
But to go to a crowd of strangers, I hate it. Like, I go to the theater and it's packed. I hate it.
Okay.
I don't enjoy myself.
Yeah.
People ruin experiences for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
I'd rather go to the water park and I'm the only one there.
I know what you mean.
You know?
Just because you don't have to wait in line, you don't have anybody doing anything annoying that kind of
It's
bugs
the
you. Like,
humanity. It's the annoyance of humanity that drives me fucking crazy.
I can understand it.
Yeah.
It's interesting too, like because I love talking one-on-one, right? And I think most people would see me as an extroverted guy, but at the same time, I have a hard time starting a conversation with someone. You know?
Yeah.
If somebody talks to me, I love it.
Yeah.
But going to start a conversation, I've tried sales, and I love sales, but I can't cold call at all. There's some kind of mental block. To
you
go
can't
on.
start that dialogue.
Starting the dialogue for me is so hard.
Yeah.
You know, I love having people talk to me and discussing stuff, and podcasting, like, for me, is ideal.
Yeah.
But Howard Stern says the same thing, how he's terrible in crowds and how, he can't go to a party, he doesn't have fun, he thinks that everybody hates him. I think a lot of people have that. Well, not a lot of people, but it's easy to think like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. Well, even when we were up at Hell's Basement, when I did the show, and you and it's Sylvie, right?
Yeah.
When you and Sylvie came out, situations like that aggravate me because I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while. I enjoy your company. I could only spare a couple minutes because there's this person and there's that person. There's just too many fucking people, and I can't enjoy. Anybody's company when there's that many fucking people around. I hate being around people.
Yeah.
I hate it. I despise it.
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But so you'd think it'd be... That's the thing is, I know that I would use the internet to get the social aspect that I feel I'd be missing if I was living in the woods. But I think I would go crazy living in the woods.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'd be just fine.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I'd be... But see, the thing is, I grew up mostly by myself.
Okay.
Like, I grew up with the old man.
Yeah.
But, he worked all day
Yeah.
and mostly drank all night.
Okay.
So I was just, left alone. I
No
was
siblings?
I had a brother,
That's
but
what I
when
thought,
my parents split up, Mom took my brother with
Oh,
her,
okay.
left me behind with the old man.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Listen, I have no complaints about my childhood.
Okay.
I'll talk about it, and sometimes people say to me, "Boy, you had a really rough childhood." Not at all.
Okay.
For me, it was great because I had all this freedom.
Okay.
Right. But because of that, I prefer to be by myself.
Okay. I can see that.
Even when if the wife's around, great. I love spending time with her, but I love just being alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I go a bit crazy, and I've been thinking about this recently, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with it. But in Memramcook, next to Moncton, there's a place they call La Solitude. It's basically a place where you can go. It's a cabin in the woods. Like, they have multiple cabins in the woods, and you go there to be alone.
Oh, nice.
Just to be alone in this little cabin. They have like a bathroom and kind of a common place where you can get a bit of food and whatnot, but you're encouraged to stay in your little cabin and be alone with your thoughts, right?
Nice.
And you can rent for like a weekend.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about doing it, but
Yeah.
I think I would go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's what you get
You
if
should take a recording device with you.
Well,
And you know what I mean? Just kind of like a...
Oh, I definitely would. I'm not sure if I would voice it or write it down, but that's what
Yeah.
I'd spend my time doing, is basically reminiscing in my thoughts and writing down thoughts or speaking thoughts.
It'd be interesting
Yeah.
to vocalize it as a diary almost as you go along. Hey, turn it on for an hour, you right? Or whatever. Come back to it 3 or 4 hours later. Okay, I'm going stir crazy now,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or hey, I'm really enjoying this or whatever.
So
that'd be interesting.
I've been really thinking I should do it. Just one, because it scares me. So if I'm scared of being alone, give it a try and see what it's just a weekend. Like, it's gonna pass and it's gonna be okay. But it's a kind of an interesting experience.
Did you grow up with around a lot of people?
Not that much, My parents were at home a lot, but we didn't do a whole lot of family stuff. Like, I didn't grow up with feeling that we did like a lot of stuff together. And even now, I still see them fairly often enough. But often enough for me is once every few months, right?
Yeah,
so, and
that's often enough.
Well, but it's kind of interesting how some people, like my girlfriend, will see her mom like once a for 2 weeks or something like that. You know, so they're much closer, and I feel like even like the extended family, I'm much closer with my in-laws than I am with my own family. Like
you see them more.
Yeah, because they had, you know, they spent a lot of time together as a family when they were, you know, being growing up. Like her mom lives next to all of her sisters. And her brother, so they're all living.
Oh, so the whole when you go see the family, you're seeing the whole family.
Yeah, so they're really, and that's pretty neat. That's kind of interesting how different it was in upbringing, and it's just really different. But I still don't feel like being alone. I think she's worse than I am, though. Like I have fun being alone once in a while, but she doesn't want to be alone anytime
at all. It's strange.
If she's gonna be home alone often, she'll go see her mom, or she'll do something to go see.
That's interesting to me. My brother is. He's the kind of person that always has to have, somebody.
Yeah.
So he had a long-term girlfriend, like, years and years. She ended up leaving him. And right away he got with a girl.
Okay.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
Moved in, right? He cannot be alone.
Yeah.
And it's so foreign to me.
Okay.
Like if Jamie wasn't in my life, I would be very content to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love being alone. I love spending time with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting how everybody's so different, though, too, right? But
yeah.
At the same time, I feel that you and I have really different backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
But yet I still find we have very interesting conversations, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how that works,
and the same outlook on a lot of things, too.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. With having, you quit school at grade 8.
Yeah.
And I
was thrown out technically, but... I quit looking for an alternative.
Yeah, sure. But, I did 7 years of post-secondary education, right? So that's quite the difference.
Big difference.
Yeah. But it's,
hey, I went back and got my GED.
Oh, that's good, right? Good enough, right? It's
But you know what? It's been good enough. I've been very lucky, man. I've been very lucky to be, well employed most of my life.
Yeah. But that goes to show that, school... My whole philosophy, for someone who did so much post-secondary education, I don't really believe in it, which is kind of interesting.
I don't believe in it. I don't believe it at all, man.
Yeah. So I believe in it a bit, because if you want to be an engineer, you want to have the iron ring, you want to work in engineering, you have to do engineering degree. You have to do it.
Well, I mean, it becomes a point if you're going to be in that field, you need the knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I believe that university is a social club. It's a social club where people who belong to the social club want to hire people who belong to the social club.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad, because some really smart, like the boss that I worked for, my previous job, really, really smart guy. I'm not sure if he had any college. Like he finished his high school. I'm not sure if he had, but a really smart guy that I think could have done pretty much whatever he wanted to. If he wanted to study in something, he would have done it. And really hard worker too, right? Not just smart, but a hard worker.
Yeah.
And he had a good position. He was my boss, right? So, but still, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it didn't really matter. But at the same time, he was limited to what he could do.
Yeah.
Even if he was smart, he was a hard worker, because he didn't have that piece
education.
of paper.
Yeah.
He was limited, and so it's easy for me to say that education is not that, but at the same time, I benefited a ton from my education, because I quit a ton of jobs, and I'm still getting employed. So people are still hiring me because of that education.
Because of the education, yeah.
So
my thing is, like, I basically have a grade 7 education. I got my GED and stuff, but I can't. There's been hundreds of people, literally, that I've met with university degrees, and they went, and they don't have near the vocabulary I have, and you know what I mean? But I was lucky, because I picked up on reading once I left school.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Stephen King.
Okay.
And Stephen King takes a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I honestly, like, I have a pretty large vocabulary.
Okay.
And I probably owe most of it to Stephen King.
Yeah.
Just reading
Yeah.
on my own time. I didn't want to read where the fucking red fern grows and whatever they fucking threw at me in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not it. Like, give me Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking read that and write about that, But you have to want, I don't know, I think everybody's born with a certain level of intelligence, And I think the first 6 or 7 grades really help hone, the basics.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're kind of left to your own devices. Like, how smart do you want to be?
Yeah.
What do you want to learn? What are you interested in?
But that goes to everything. Like, you look at people going through immersion program, like a French immersion program, right? So if they start at it, a lot of people will come out and 10 years later not know anything in French. But it's like anything else. If you don't practice anything, if you don't further your own knowledge, if you do the bare minimum that you had to do to pass a class, and just set it and forget it, you're gonna forget it. Like, there's no way you're gonna remember. Like, I think back about my engineering class, there's fucking nothing I learned in engineering probably that I could still do today.
Yeah.
The math, like thinking about a high level math that I could do then that I would have to revise my stuff.
Yeah, you're not jumping right back into it right now because you're not using it every day.
Not even close, because I'm never using it.
Yeah.
It's
like comedy, right? Comics who continue to do the same material over and over and over again, you're not getting any better at comedy, and in fact, you're likely getting worse.
Yeah,
right.
Because people are getting better. You're stagnating. Anything you're keeping at the same level. So to go back to language, if you're not practicing, if you're not using it, you're going to forget it. So
which is happening in the world. We were it circles right back to what we were talking about in the beginning. How we're losing conversation.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Like you're saying, exactly for sure. Even if it's your first language, if you're not using it, you're forgetting it.
Yeah.
So if you are motivated to read and to develop your vocabulary and continue developing your vocabulary, it's for sure that you're going to get better at reading, right?
Yeah.
So
for me, it was great because I enjoyed it. I wasn't going, hey, I'm going to expand my vocabulary. It just happened organically, which is nice.
And is it like you think about, if anything you're forced to do, like what were you forced to do that you enjoyed?
Yeah, nothing.
No, honestly, is a good way to ruin a good book is tell you need to read it. You
have to read it. Yeah, exactly. A deadline or something. Yeah.
Because you're just reading it to get it done then.
Yeah.
But
it was the same thing with the Spawn of St. John segment I did.
Yeah. I can see that.
That was, if you look at it, hey, you get to come up with a new minute of comedy every week, and people are, 35,000 people are going to hear it every week.
Yeah.
That's great. But when it's like, hey, the deadline is Thursday at noon every week, that it becomes a lot less fun.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, but at the same time, the motivation it pushes you to do it.
Oh yeah! I did it for 75 weeks straight, right?
Yeah.
It forced me to do it. Yeah.
But for me, I sometimes need that pressure. I need that. Oh, you have to do it to get that done, right? So it's interesting how
I need that too, right?
Yeah.
Which is that's how I've always come up with new comedy is by necessity.
Yeah.
Hey, I booked a show. It's tomorrow night. I need new material. Let's fuck it. We got to sit down and write.
Because you think about, you said that you don't know good thing you stopped comedy for a bit because you don't have time for it. But because you're not committing to it, you don't make time for it.
That's
either,
right.
So that's the thing, is if you commit to something, you have to make time for it. But if you don't commit to it, then you don't. That's why you asked me how I was spending my time. I'm playing video games. I hate it in a way. I love playing video games.
Sure.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And I had my buddies over the other day. We were playing these 4-player split screen games, and it was a fucking good
time. Good time.
It was an amazing time. Looking forward to do it again. But at the same time, you think, and you can't, I know you can't think that way, but I'm thinking, like, why am I not setting up a podcast or something? I started doing something that I've been thinking about it, and I want to do it. I'm driving all this time. Like, I'm driving like half my week. So I'm trying to get people who want to talk on the phone. So I want to learn people's stories. Right now, I'm really curious about how people's early childhood experiences have shaped the person or the kind of career that they're doing right now. And I'm wondering if there's a link, and I'm wondering if I can look back to my past and find that kind of link, because I'm still fucking searching to what I want to do.
Yeah. It's such a big thing in your life, eh?
It is. It really is. And I have such a hard, once I'm doing something that I know I'm not doing long term, I have such a hard time to stick at it. Like once I'm like, this is not for me, my skin crawls to having to go to work on a job that I don't.
Listen, Marcel, when I was fixing shoes for 11 months, it was the worst period of my life. I fucking hated every second of it. And my comedy suffered, my home life, like everything suffered because of it,
But the worst part is objectively looking at what I'm doing, I know that it's probably the best exchange of time for money. Almost the best exchange of time for money that I can get is what I'm doing right now. Yet I have a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
And that frustrates the fuck out of me. Yeah. Because I know that this opportunity is amazing. I need to stick at it. Yeah. But yet it's not what I want to do.
It's the interest, right? It's what it is. You're not interested in it.
Well, there's no progression anymore. That's the thing too, right? I love learning. Learning is what I love doing the most. And once the learning stops, I get bored.
That's tough.
I'm just pulling levers and pushing buttons right now.
Yeah.
So
and that's a terrible existence, man. Especially if you're the kind of guy that focuses on that kind of thing. It's painful.
It is, because, and I hate that I make my life about it. Why am I so frustrated that I don't like what a lot of people don't like what they're doing, but I fuck, some people do. Can I be that person?
Yeah.
Can I be the fucking, some people who love what they're doing?
I think you have a better chance of doing it because, you're so cognizant of it that you're trading your time for money.
Yeah.
And you so badly want to find that thing
I do.
that you enjoy, that you can make a living at, right?
That I'm not trading my time for money anymore. I'm just having fun, and people are paying me to do it. You know, that's kind of where I want to be, and I think some people are there. And I've been searching and looking and trying to figure out, and you know, like I'm saying, I'm trying to think about what kind of look in my past that maybe can explain what I'd want to be doing, that I would enjoy doing. But I still think speaking or
what would be interesting, I would love it if you got to that point, and then I'd like to sit down and talk to you and say, is it enough? Like, maybe you're never going to be satisfied.
I probably will not. And that's another thing that I'm somewhat like that. I tend to I'm not easily satisfied in a way.
Yeah,
so
I'm the same way, Marcel.
I look at even things like, let's say, a meal like that curry at the butter chicken at Tandi's, which I love. And there's a lot of places I'll go. I'll have something is amazing. I tell everyone how amazing it is because I love it so much. Yeah. And I hype it up. I put it to this pedestal that's so high up that there's no fucking experience that it can redo that experience that I had. Like, fishing in Miramichi is probably ruined because I had such a great fucking fishing trip last time. Yeah. That the next time I'm going to be expecting that same fishing trip. Yeah. That's why I don't do hard drugs.
You be chasing that dragon the rest of your life.
The rest of my... but that's the thing is I get there and I'm hard to please because I love something so much, I hype it up so much that when I get back to the second experience of it, it's not as mind-blowing as the first.
Because it's not the first time.
No.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking the same thing today. I was driving down Ross Avenue and I got this new truck. And I'm sitting in this truck now. I've had this for less than a week. Okay. Right? Yeah. And when I first got it, I was like, I have to. I was using that as a loaner while I was getting my Jeep fixed. Okay. Right? But I fell in love with it so much. I'm like, this is my truck. This is my new truck. So finally it became a reality Monday. Yeah. Now it's mine. Okay. And so here it is, Friday, same week. And I'm driving around thinking, I don't give a shit. You know, before this was like my prized possession. Like Monday, my entire focus was, I need to make this truck mine because I love it. I'm going to cherish it forever. I'm not going to leave any garbage in it, you know. And 4 days later, it's like, okay, what do I want next? What's the next new thing that I need to fucking have?
They call that the hedonistic treadmill. Yeah. That you always,
we're all on it.
You get used to whatever you have. You get used to it. And
we're all on it. Even the poorest of people in North America, we're all on that. Yeah. You know, because it's just, even the poorest people here have so much. Yeah. You know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But how do we keep, like you know, and I've worked on that a bit and I haven't kept up with it, but how do you know that the success in life is being happy with what you have, right?
Yeah.
If you can.
Well, it's just being happy, I think. They say that, happy with what you have. Yeah. But I don't define it that way, right? No? Because, I guess I have a son and I have a wife. That's what brings me the most happiness, the family that I've, created for myself. Yeah. But I don't really have them, right?
But I guess in a way
it just seems materialistic is what I mean, by the way.
I know what you mean in that, but I'm not talking about the material things that you have, but the things that you have in your life, right?
Okay, right, yeah.
So you often say your wife and your kids. You mentioned that a whole lot, your wife and your kids. So, and that really, that's what you have for you, and that's what you value. You know, those are your happiness relies on your wife and your kid. Yeah. So it's funny that I tend to put my happiness so much on my career and what I want to do. And why can't I just be happy with the relationship and everything that even the physical things that I have that I feel so lucky and so ungrateful for feeling like this because
but you can't deny that's how you feel, right?
I know, but that's the thing. But I like looking objectively to my life. I won some kind of genetic lottery. Yeah, like to be born here, to be given the intelligence that I was given to be able to study engineering, get an engineering degree. Like it's how much. How many people can get that amount of education and get through all of that to get a decent job? Like, I've been given...
There'd be a lot more engineers if it was easy.
That's the thing, right? Yeah. So I've been given this fucking amazing hand. Yeah. Yet I'm spending my time wondering, what the fuck can I do to just be, happy with what I have, to love this job that I have right now and not think about how can I make a living speaking because that's what I want to do. But at the same time, it's...
But if you never want that, it's never going to be a reality, right?
No, exactly. Yeah. And I think everybody who made anything, like in the arts, let's say, anybody who made any kind of living in the arts probably had some kind of blind fucking faith that they were going to make it. And a lot of, I listened to a lot of biographies and people talking about and they all just had this strong belief that it was going to happen for them. Yeah. Like a lot of them didn't even have a plan B. Like, I'm just fucking going to Hollywood and I'm going to fucking make it happen.
It's going to make it happen, yeah. Well, you can will things into existence.
Well, I think so too.
Positive thinking.
And I think just going to Hollywood is a big step, right? If you want to do that, you go to Hollywood, you hang out with people who are as motivated, as driven as you, and it's like, I guess, even taking engineering for it. So when I was in school, I hated studying. I didn't like studying. I didn't have to. I was smart. So it's kind of lucky that way, right? So I didn't have to study, and I did well. So when I got to university, it's not the same. You get your first exam, you get like a 68%, and you're like, fuck, this is shit. Like, this is shit. Like, I did my first physics exam, I had a 68, and for me, that was like failure. I mean, physics, I always did well, like in the 80s, 90s, and math I did in the 90s and the 100s, So it was, I was very strong in those fields, and then I get there, and I'm like, wow, that was hard. Like, I tried as much as I tried in school, but that's not good enough. Because you get, so in school, you're with, let's say, X amount of population, so this segment of population in school, but then you get in engineering, well, then you take that top 15% of that whole population in school, and you put it in one class, and then there's still going to be, only X amount of people being at the top of that class.
Top of that 15%.
Exactly. So you get, because I remember we were all sitting around in like there was chairs in engineering faculty, and we were all sitting and talking about how much we, like, our averages in high school. And like, I'm sitting there, and I was pretty proud of my 85, and talking, like, people were at 92, 93, 98, like, you're sitting with these guys,
it's a different level.
Holy shit, like, I thought my 85 was high, and ends up there I'm average. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to find out, right? You're like, wow, I was always top of my class, and now, or in the top of my class, but now I'm average. Yeah. That's kind of weird. Yeah. But it's still, I was still given that genetic lottery that I feel like I should be so grateful for, which why am I still concentrating on these little...
Yeah, but you know the thing, man, satisfaction is the death of desire, right? So if you're happy with everything you have, then what?
But then you're
happy.
Then
what? Bullet in the fucking head?
But no, you're happy because if you're happy with what you have, then you're happy. I find there's so much truth to ignorance is bliss. Yeah. To being just stupid and happy. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go through like McDonald's or Tim Hortons drive-through and just look in the window and go, man, I wish I was unintelligent enough to, do that, because it's no pressure. Like my job right now, it's high pressure. Yeah. High pressure. There's a fucking ton of shit popping off all the time, and it almost all lands in my lap. Yeah. I just think, man, I would like to stand there and flip burgers all day. Yeah. To have the mind. I don't know what your mind is doing when you're doing that.
I would do that for a full week and probably shoot myself in the face.
Yeah, and all your coworkers and every customer, and that's how it happens. That's how these shootings happen, right? It's a guy wired like you who's just not happy with what they have and is like, fuck it. We're tearing it down. You're going to be next. You're going to be next. Keep the guns out of Marcel's hands. Jesus. You don't have guns, do you?
No, I don't.
Good thing. Good thing.
No, it's I could not, like, that's the one thing I really couldn't bring to see, but I could, like, it. I can see that these millionaire CEOs are committing suicide.
Yeah, they're not happy. Look at celebrities, man. Look at fucking what's his name, Robin Williams. Yeah, loved worldwide. Exactly. Never wanted for a fucking thing. All the money in the world he could ever fucking spend. Yeah. Kills himself. I guess he hung himself. Did he shoot himself or hang himself? I don't know. Anyway,
he's someone I'd like to talk to, honestly. I'd like to know
good
why.
luck with that.
Yeah, I know, but the game.
Get my Ouija board. I'll get the Ouija board out. And,
you know that game about who alive or dead you'd like to talk to.
Right.
I'd be curious about Robin Williams and how what brought him there. Like what he seemed.
It had to be some. I don't know. If I were to guess, it'd be some kind of, big secret, like he's, homosexual or, something like that he didn't, that he just couldn't live with keeping inside, maybe. But, I don't know.
But then your life, maybe even like family situations that are not great. You're not getting along with your daughter or whatnot. But
you don't know what the fuck people are going through.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. But that's why it's important to be nice to people. Yeah. Right? Because everybody's dealing with their own level of shit. Just be nice to people. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, like, I wonder. I often wonder, like, once I feel like, let's say I made $2 million. Let's say I had this fucking amazing idea, sold it for $2 million. Yeah. I'm wondering, because that's kind of the amount of money that you can just say fuck off.
That's enough.
Else.
Fuck you money.
Yeah. So if
you're smart,
at $2 million, you don't have to work anymore. Yeah. Like you're good for I think you can. I've never did the math, but I feel like $2 million if you can amass probably even like $1.5 million. I think $1 million is not enough. Yeah. But like $1.5 million, $2 million, I think you'd be good to live comfortably under that.
Yeah, if you're not out there buying Lamborghinis and you're
Exactly.
living in, under the same means that you're living now.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So if I win that, I wonder, like, why are people still trying to work?
Yeah.
That's what I wonder. Why is Jeff Bezos still fucking working?
Yeah.
And Robin
Because it's
Williams.
never enough.
Well, that's what I.
And see, if you got 2 million,
Yeah.
2 million seems like fucking peanuts. Because now you're hanging out with people who have 6 million,
that's
10 million, 20 million.
But that's probably the problem is to hang out with these guys. If you
Yeah.
go hang out with regular Joes, but maybe
But you can't because they all want your money and they're going to treat you differently.
Yeah.
Right? So that's,
Yeah,
you're in a different paradigm altogether
I guess.
with that kind of money.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's funny. I was talking to this guy who's like 65-ish, maybe a bit younger, and we were talking about money and I touched it, and I said something like, "You a millionaire?" And he didn't kind of answer.
Yeah.
And then I kind of realized he is. and then I realized, well, he's kind of retiring. He's retired for a bit now. He had real estate and all that, and I felt stupid for a second, and then he started talking. Yeah, when I finished, I wanted to have a goal of having $1 million without considering my equity and all that. And he talked about it. He let me know that he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
And I kind of should have known that, honestly, because his house is probably worth like $700,000.
Right.
Because he lives on the side of the water. But it kind of made me realize, like, he's just a regular Joe with us. He's a frugal guy, kind of like me, and he's just not spending his money, right? But you can amass that at 65, you can amass that amount of money and not be like, yo, you're a millionaire. The term millionaire.
Well, your life's almost over, so no one's too jealous.
Well,
they're
that's
like, yeah, you got all that money, but you're going to die soon.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I think
a
that-
40-year-old millionaire,
Yeah.
that's a different story.
But even there, like $1 million, like what's $1 million? That's your house is worth more than is worth a fraction of that million.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how in my mind, the millionaire has like a ton of money and he can do everything he wants. But no,
That's not the reality. It's so funny too because Jamie and I recently we got a big check.
Yeah.
Right. And it's sitting in the bank, and anytime you go, use a bank machine, you get the balance, and it's great to see that fucking balance.
Yeah.
And her and I were talking about it, and she's the kind of person, she doesn't feel comfortable unless we've got enough money in the bank to last a little while.
Yeah.
And she always stresses about money. So I figured this money is going to put her at ease, right? And when we talked about it, and she's like, I almost want to spend it all, because she's like, now I realize, I see this number and I go, that's an awesome fucking number.
Yeah.
But what do we, like, why? What do we, like, what for?
Yeah.
It's just a fucking number sitting there, right?
It is.
It's not like, hey, now we can go out and buy everything we've ever wanted, because it's not that much.
No.
Right? But it's, it's more than what we normally have in the bank.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. It's not enough to not work.
No,
Right.
and that's that. But I wonder, will it? Because I was talking to another guy that I know is a millionaire. He sold a company for a ton of money, and I was talking to him at one point, and I know he's big into board games. I really like board games too, and I know, and I wondered, like, he kind of wanted to go into board game design, and I was kind of asking why doesn't he do it? He says, well, I'm trying to amass a war chest that I'll have enough to kind of, but I'm thinking, like, don't you already?
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, will you ever have that war chest?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And-
the more money he gets, right, the further away that war chest gets.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I wonder for myself, like, I could stop working right now, be good for, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, like, I want to wait a bit, at least till next summer.
Yeah.
Why next summer? No fucking reason.
Yeah,
next summer.
exactly.
Just because I think I can endure it.
Yeah.
For another
year. Yeah, that's how long I think I've got left. Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least the motivation to know that there's a fucking light at the end of this tunnel, right?
Yeah,
So
you have
maybe
an end date.
Next summer I'll be just a bit more, but at the same time, is once I told myself next summer, it's painful right now.
Because now you're counting the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks.
Yeah. But even when you do that, man, like I honestly, I don't think pure happiness is attainable, and it's certainly not sustainable.
No.
Right? So if if someone gave me $30 million right now, I'm going to be over the fucking moon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very happy.
Yeah.
They say money doesn't buy happiness. Yeah. Show me a $50 bill and watch me smile. Right? I mean, you fill my bank account, I'm going to be fucking happy.
Yeah.
But for how long?
Yeah.
You know,
right, you get back used to the hedonistic treadmill. Whatever amount that you have, you get used
doesn't
to it, and
matter.
you adjust your living to what you make. Right? People
Yeah.
adjust their living to what they make. So, but I'd rather still fucking live. A landlord of mine, my first landlord, he told me, he says, live cheaply the longest that you can, because once you start spending money, you can't go back.
Yeah.
And fuck, that stuck with me for a while. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
you get
it's
used to.
true. It's hard to get out of that groove of wasting your fucking money. Like Jamie and I will sit down every now and again and go, okay, well, let's look where we spent our money this month.
Yeah.
And then we look and go, holy fuck, we wasted almost all of our money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you look at, with this cell phone, for example. Like, once you get used to having a smartphone, well, the internet is with you all the time. You can Google whatever you want anytime. Like,
and then if you leave the house without your phone, well, we're going back.
Get into no service area. So I was driving. I was in Gaspésie, northeast Quebec. Not north, I guess, but eastern Quebec.
Yeah.
So I'm in here, and there's a road that crosses the whole Gaspésie. So it goes from Saint-Anne-des-Monts to I think New Carlisle, I think. Anyways, it crosses over. So it's like a 2-hour drive with basically not a whole lot. There's a national park in the middle.
Right.
So I get onto this road, but I don't get to the start of the road because where I was kind of gets in the middle of the road. So I'm driving down this road for an hour and a half, a bit over an hour and a half. And there's a fucking sign that says road closed. So I'm like, it said road 299 closed. I'm like, all right, it's probably like an off road of this road. And
Sure.
I get to another sign, and it's like a barricade that says like road closed through traffic. I'm like, what the fuck? I pass it. I get to some workers. I'm like, is this road closed? He says, yeah. He says, how do I get to New Brunswick? He says, you got to go around.
No shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I drove like over an hour and a half in this one-way road.
Yeah.
And I had to turn back.
You're
I
kidding.
fucking lost close to 4 hours.
Yeah.
In that. So I'm driving back and I'm pissed as fuck. So I'm driving like 140 in this up, down, left, right, time a topsy-turvy road.
Sure.
I'm fucking driving like a maniac because I know that, one, there's no traffic because this road's closed.
That's right.
Like, no cop's going to hide to try to get people here because there's no traffic.
But you're driving fast because you're mad.
Well, I'm mad and I know that I probably won't get caught.
Yeah.
But then I'm driving, and it's kind of fun because I'm driving in the middle of the road, 2 hands on the wheel,
Sure.
kind of arcades.
Yeah.
And then I see 2 moose, and I'm like,
Oh,
fuck.
fuck.
Because I look, there's no cell signal.
Yeah.
And that's what made it worse.
Yeah.
Because I see the moose, I'm
Because
like,
you feel like you're untethered.
well, that's
right?
the thing. So
You're isolated.
If I hit a moose, damages my car, can't drive away.
Yeah.
What happens?
Yeah.
I can't call anyone. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm royally fucked. So I started driving normally again because I couldn't, because I saw more moose later on.
But see,
There's
25 years ago, you would have been in the same boat, and it would have been the only way.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah.
you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have been so scared.
Yeah.
Now I was scared because no help was there. But before, you're just accustomed that no help is there. So
Yeah, you're used to it.
and you had a much shittier suspension car to drive.
That's
like
true
a maniac
too.
in the...
Yeah, that's right. Listen, Marcel, my phone is telling me we got to shut her down.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
gotta
man.
get. Oh shit!
Yeah.
In fact,
That was your alarm saying that time's up.
shut her down.
Shut her down. Well, that was a fun time, Mark. I hope that you enjoyed this chat. The last time I think you said you really enjoyed our chat, and I was like, I was stressed. I was stressed to not live up to the expectations of what the, because I'm like that. It was a stressful situation, but
Man, you don't have anything to worry about. You're a great conversationalist. It was another great time. And the great thing is, about this chat specifically, we didn't really talk about, one subject. I didn't know what the fuck we were going to talk about. We were going to sit down and fucking shoot the shit. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And you and I are pretty good at doing that together. So next time we'll do the same fucking thing.
sounds good, man. Have fun.